The last time that we had checked in on South Caldwell, for a little while they were actually hanging with East Rutherford to begin that game. Eventually East Rutherford was able to pull that out, but they put up 44 points in that game. This South Caldwell team seems to be a very different one from what they were last year. The Hilltoppers did defeat them last year. We're going to see how it goes here tonight.
And our co-captains are currently meeting at midfield, and momentarily we'll have the coin flip. Got 4 co-captains representing both schools here tonight. With the Hilltoppers being on the opposite side of the field, it's kind of tricky to find out who's who right now, but I do see a number 1.
For one, that's Zahari Washburn.
And also number 7, who looks like he will not be playing tonight.
Number 7 is Devin Holmes, one of the few seniors on this Hilltopper team.
And now looks like Hilltoppers have won the toss. They have deferred their option to the beginning of the third quarter. So, being the visitors, we win the coin toss. We'll defer our decision to the beginning of the third, and that means the South Caldwell will be receiving tonight's opening kick. And in their maroon jerseys with the maroon pants, they will be returning from right to left. Hilltoppers tonight coming out in their white jerseys with the blue pants. High school football Thursday night edition being brought to you in part this season by our good friends of Maxwell Insurance Agency. Also by Robbins Auto Parts, Spindale Mulch, Fountain Electric, and by Farmer's Friend, Feed, Seed, and Supply. Got some other games already underway over in Morganton. East Rutherford Cavaliers trying to improve to 5-0 tonight. They are visiting Patton. Panthers are 2-2, having lost last week to Freedom, 49-6. Keep in mind that Patton was a sore spot last year for the Cavaliers. They defeated East Rutherford 28-21 1 year ago. Thomas Jefferson just getting ready for kickoff tonight in Avondale. They are hosting a new school out of Calhoun Falls, South Carolina. It's a charter school. They call themselves the Blue Flashes. Well, they have not flashed much in what we believe is their first season of varsity football. They have started off winless at 0-2. And, of course, the Griffins 3-0, trying to improve to 4-0 tonight. Chase has the open date this week. The Trojans are sitting at home 1-3. They will not play this week. And, of course, most of our games here in the area have been moved up. This being Thursday night football, threat of heavy rain, remnants of Hurricane Florence coming into the area. We are underway here on a Thursday evening in Caldwell County. Kick is being returned from the 15, and now coming out to the near side of the field. Great pressure here by the Hilltoppers. Only brings it up to close to the 20.
That was Zahari Washburn on the tackle there. One Hilltopper actually tried to tackle around the legs, and the returner was able to run out of that, but Zahari actually stayed up high and hand fought with him a little bit and was able to get him down.
It'll be 1st and 10. They actually give them with poor progress up to the 22, it looks like. So the Spartans, first offensive possession of the night, they'll move from right to left. 1st and 10 from their own 22. Quarterback, and handing off here on the fake, and then sweeping out to the far side of the field, turning the right corner. That is number 3. That is Samuel Craig for South Caldwell, and picking up a first down all the way up to the 33.
That was a very well-executed play. I mean, the fullback out in front blocking RS Central D-line was not able to penetrate in.
We have a penalty, and the penalty will go against the Spartans. This ball is going to come back to the 16. Is holding.
Blocking was a little bit too good on that one.
So, a penalty against the Spartans. It looked like they picked up a first down on their first offensive play. That's going to push them back to their 16-yard line.
It seems like that's a topic of conversation in every game we do. We're going to see how these penalties affect the game tonight.
So let's do this again. 1st and 15. Here's the pitch, and working his way to the near side of the field. And just pressuring. Great job on the tackle there at the 21-yard line. It was number 6 on the carry. Let me get in Spencer Piercy. And on the tackle.
On the tackle, it looked like that was number 33 for the Hilltoppers, Jaden Hooper.
I'm looking to see, oh, there's a scoreboard down at this end of the field. Okay. Never done a broadcast. This is the first tonight from South Caldwell. Second down and 11 for the Spartans. And the handoff, first man through, is quickly wrapped up, and that is number 40 in there on the tackle.
Chase McSwain.
Number 25, Michael Farrow on the carry, the junior for South Caldwell. Picked up a couple of yards.
Every play they've tried to run so far has been either a toss or some type of sweep to the outside, and we're going to see if they can continue that trend. The Hilltoppers do actually have a bit of size in the middle of that defensive line. Maybe they're trying to exploit the edges. So far, haven't been successful.
Big third down here. Trips go to the far side this time around. 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap to the South Caldwell quarterback. He's looking upfield, looking, and now under pressure, and he's going to go down. And once again, it is number 40 of the Hilltoppers. That is Chase McSwain.
Chase McSwain did a good job there to hang on to the jersey. It looked like the quarterback, who is, by the way, Jason Martin, number 11 for South Caldwell, looked like he might be able to evade him, but Chase was just able to grab a hold of that jersey, and it looks like that young man's grip strength is on par. He's been working hard this offseason to hold on to that tackle.
So it looks like this could be the end of the first offensive drive. 4th and 9. South Caldwell showing us a front formation. We have a couple of players back to return. Back at the Hilltoppers 45. Could be a short punt. Let's see. Long snap count. Now the punt. This is a driving punt that is going to be taken from the 42. Whoa! He just dropped fast.
It's number 14, Trey Green, who fielded it. And we talked about in the last broadcast with the Hilltoppers about how Trey Green had a pretty good day fielding the ball and returning it. That time, though, the South Caldwell kick defense team, they were able to just swarm him, and he had no place to go.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. They have put the ball down at the Hilltoppers 41.
You mentioned blue flashes earlier. Speaking of blue flashes, keep your eye out for Xavier Toms tonight. See how he does in tonight's game.
Bryson Flynn, the quarterback. Here's a pitch over here near side. No, it's going to be flat for a 2-yard loss behind the line of scrimmage. That was number 22, Xavier Toms.
And Xavier Toms, even though he got tackled there, my goodness, did he do his best to try to avoid. He stiff-armed the defender so hard that his helmet came flying off. Looks like Xavier not only has some speed, he's got some power to work with, too.
Lost a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 12. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter over at Morganton, or actually 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. East of Rutherford leading Patton 13-7. They had the 6:30 kickoff tonight.
Because number 3 for South Caldwell, Samuel Craig, his helmet came off. He's going to have to come out of the game for a play. They sub in number 2, Austin Rayner.
And now on 2nd down, here's a pitch. And turning, twisting, maybe picking up a couple of the lost yards, but that's about it over on the far side.
Bryson Flynn kept the ball, and it looked like a sort of a speed option play where he pitched it out to number 32, Noah Hutchins, who tried to make something happen, but there were just too many defenders there.
So it is going to bring up 3rd and 10 for Central. Ball is at their own 41. They move left to right here in the opening quarter of play. Bryson Flynn taking this snap, going to pass over here to the, way overshot. He was looking over here on the near side for Trey Green, but that didn't look too good. It went over Trey's head, out of bounds, incomplete.
The defense was playing pretty far off to try to stop the deep pass. Hilltoppers, they had the right idea trying to throw a quick screen, but Flynn just airmailed it on that one, and there was just no chance.
Cliff Palmieri unable to be with us tonight because of his work schedule and the fact that we are out of town. And Cliff, though, doing a good job of sending me score updates from other games. Appreciate that. So he's still a part. Oh, no, a bad snap of his punt. And all we can do is follow it back at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, that's something there. It's a fundamental mechanic of the game that a lot of people don't think about when you're watching it on Sundays, Saturdays, even on Fridays. If you're not able to snap the ball effectively, you're not going to be able to do anything at all.
So look at what this has done. The Spartans, 1st and 10 at the Hilltoppers 27. Here's the snap, shotgun snap. Quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to come to the near side and brought down from behind by McSwain.
And that was number 12, Avery Rayner. I mean, it looked like a direct snap to Rayner. Is actually he's listed as a quarterback, so yes, he is a quarterback, but I noticed a different number out there. Looks like he might be their running quarterback primarily.
Only a sophomore. And didn't really pick up anything, so let's go 2nd and 10, and now a quarterback of the keeper cutting out. Now cut back the opposite direction, now takes back again. Good pursuit by the Hilltoppers defense of not letting any holes open up. And he may have gotten a yard and not much more.
Raynor, I mean, he's listed at 5'11" and 175 pounds. He looks like he's pretty stockily built there. And you see, he was almost able to get a crease up through the middle, but the Hilltoppers were able to sew it up before he caused too much damage.
Yeah, this is going to break up a big 3rd down for our defense because they're looking about 3rd and almost 5. So let's see if the Hilltoppers defense can put a stop to this drive after a bad snap on a punt. And the quarterback handing, big hole this time over on the left side. Look out, loose. And he is going to go all the way down just short of the goal line. That is number 8 on the carry. That is Isaiah Kirby.
First carry we've seen from Isaiah Kirby, another sophomore for this South Caldwell team. And he was just able to weave his way through some traffic and get that first down.
1st and goal for the Spartans. Bad snap here. Quarterback simply has to try to collect it, fall on it. Did not clear the plane. Still going to be 2nd and goal right at the 1.
Number 3 for South Caldwell is coming back to the sideline again. Looks like he's going to relay the play in. They are knocking on the door of the Hilltoppers. This is going to be a tough test for the defense.
Yeah, they are about as close as you can get without punching it in. Maybe a little bit of a panic on that snap. We've already seen a couple of bad snaps tonight, one each way. Whistles blow before the snap. Could this be...
That's calling
offsides against the Hilltoppers. Good luck finding half the distance here. It's going to end up at about the 1 centimeter line.
And, I mean, bad snaps, a couple of flags here. We got to wonder, is this going to be one of those dirty laundry type of games?
I hope not. Here we go this time. He's through, touchdown, South Caldwell. It is number 8, Isaiah Kirby, who takes it in for the first 6 points of the night.
Yeah, the Hilltoppers D-line, at the beginning of that drive, it looked like they were doing a decent job of holding their own, but as the drive kind of wore along, it seemed like the offensive line was able to eventually get the better of the Hilltoppers and create some space. I mean, they created a hole and the running back just found it.
And now the Spartans will try to add on a point after. I think, kind of huddling up. I think they're going to try to go for 2 points there. They are.
What it appears to be. They've got number 91 in the backfield.
Okay, trying to go for 2. And here again, Kirby, no! And he is stopped. He broke loose from the first tackle, but he could not escape the second, so the 2-point try fails.
First man in on that was number 40, Chase McSwain, and he's been very active to start this game out at linebacker. And hopefully that's a name we're going to be calling a lot tonight because RS is going to need their linebackers to be active here if they're going to stop this running game. Here, South Caldwell has got quite a few weapons to work with.
So with 5:40 to go in the opening quarter, South Caldwell 6, Hilltoppers nothing. This is high school football Thursday night.
With today's hurry-up and undependable world, you need an insurance agency that will give you excellent service. Maxwell B. Hamrick Agency delivers the security and service that you're looking for. You'll always be in good hands with Hamrick Insurance. They offer auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. They are an independent agency with 3 locations to conveniently serve you: Main Street in Boiling Springs, Lafayette Street in Shelby, and Huntley Street in Spindale. Call Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance today at 286-2384.
High school football Thursday night, broadcasting live via Verizon Wireless here on WCAB. Coverage brought to you in part by Sisk Family Ford, also by Don's Italian Restaurant and Connor Computer Service. Here's the kick following South Caldwell's touchdown. This one taken from the 34. Now going to clear across the field to the opposite side. And still fighting running room along that far sideline before he is driven out of bounds up close to midfield. Good return by Central.
That was a bit of a gamble by South Caldwell there. I saw the kicker slow down a bit, almost as if he was going to bunt it. They got the high kick they were looking for, but that was fielded by number 13, Marlon Francis. And he was able to spring a decent return with the help of a vicious block by Zahari Washburn. Washburn absolutely laid out one of those South Caldwell players.
They say he's stepping out of bounds on the Hilltoppers 46 on the far side of the field. 1st and 10 Hilltoppers. Still moving left to right. Here in the opening quarter, here's quarterback keeper Flynn has a hole on the right side. He's across midfield. Flynn has a first down. And Bryson Flynn picks up our 11 up to the South Caldwell 43.
Flynn was able to show some good elusiveness, but we do have a late flag being thrown.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Please don't. Doesn't look like they're bringing it back. Oh, it's a sideline warning.
I feel that's
a ridiculous call in high school football.
The Hilltoppers are set up here with first down.
1st and 10 at the South Caldwell 43. This time around, Flynn keeps it again, cuts out to the far side, picks up positive yardage, slung down, but not until he's up to about the 37.
Looked like the ball might have squirted out there, but a RS Central defender was able to cover it up quickly.
Yeah, he picked up about 6 yards here, so good carry by the Hilltoppers quarterback.
Flynn, I've noticed that a lot of the runs, he's able to break off some long ones, but he's able to get some consistent 5-6 yard gains, and a lot of times those can be even more important than the big ones.
Hey, if you can give me 5 or 6 on every play, I'd take that deal. That means every couple of plays you get a first down. Not a bad deal.
Not at all.
2nd and 4 for the Hilltop. Uh-oh, whistles blow prior.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout taken.
Taken by RS Central. So Coach Hutchins sees something. He wants to call timeout. 4:34 to go. Opening quarter of play. South Caldwell 6. RS Central nothing. This is high school football Thursday night.
Sheriff Francis is a friend to all. Big, little, short, and tall. If you call him, he will come to you. And if need be, he'll bring his whole crew. So vote for him on November 6th, and all the bad stuff he will fix.
And all the bad stuff he will fix.
Paid for by Francis for Sheriff Committee.
High school football Thursday night, broadcasting live via Verizon Wireless. Our coverage brought to you in part this season by our good friends at Goforth's Termite Pest Control and Services, also by Tri-City Concrete and Jesse James Express. It's actually turned out to be a nice evening up here in Caldwell County.
Very nice. A little bit on the humid side, but, I mean, I'd rather that than the freezing cold.
But Christian did bring along his hoodie. That is just to be safe tonight. He said, you know, Jay, we're going up to Caldwell County. It may get a little bit breezy, a little bit cold up there. I said, oh, okay.
Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Well, that's true. Make a good point. Following the Hilltoppers timeout. Both teams now coming back out onto the field.
Now, the Hilltoppers have had some success moving the ball with this attack so far, this rushing attack, and obviously you want to keep that going. The reason they've been able to do so well is because their line has held up for them pretty well so far.
In what, 2nd and 4 at the South Caldwell 37. Waiting for the officials. Here we go. Let's play ball. There's a snap, hand off, big man up the middle, gaping Owen. He picks up the first down plus a whole lot more. Number 24, C.J. Hannon.
And C.J. Hannon just, it's interesting. The Hilltoppers have a bit of variety in their backfield. They got the slashers, Xavier Toms. They got a quarterback who can run it, and Bryson Flint. Then they got the big Mack truck and C.J. Hannon. They can really hurt you in a lot of different ways with this running game.
Yeah, 5'10", 235-pound junior. Hannon's got some size, no doubt. 1st and 10 Hilltoppers. Uh-oh, whistles blow at the snap. I think somebody jumped the gun. No, offsides on South Caldwell. Okay. Yep, we're good. Thank you. So we pick up 5 yards, move it up to the 24. Hilltoppers threatening now, trailing 6-zip here in the first quarter.
This has been a theme that we've talked about many times. Central has a lot of weapons they can utilize. It's all about what their offensive line can do. If the line keeps playing like it is right now, I think they've got a good chance.
1st and 5. This time Flynn keeps it, working on the left side, picks up a couple of yards. Looks like 3 up to the 21.
Yeah, I was wondering for a second if there was a bit of a fumble on that play. I think it was just a matter of trying to find some room and scramble ahead. Sometimes with this type of offense where there's so many fakes and so many options, at times it can be hard to get a handle on the ball.
So now very doable here, 2nd and 2. Let's see if the Hilltoppers can go ahead and pick up a first down. Uh-oh, there's confusion on this play. Hang on, can we get reset in time to get off the snap? Yes. Flynn keeps it again over on the left side, has the first down, dives ahead. He's up to the 14. Bryson Flynn doing the work tonight.
For real, Bryson Flynn out there showing off a bit of his elusiveness and savviness and vision because he's been able to find some decent holes to get some room. Got to credit that offensive line, though. They were able to get a good push on that one.
Where did you go to school to learn such big words as that? You must be a Hilltopper grad, huh?
That is correct. the royal teachings of the palace.
1st and 10, Hilltoppers. At the Spartans 14, here's a pitch over here on the right side, and diving ahead, number 22, Xavier Toms.
Xavier Toms, he's the guy that, even though the Hilltoppers have struggled as a team this year, there's a lot of excitement, and a lot of that is because of Xavier Toms. He's an explosive young player, only a freshman, and he's displayed some great breakaway speed, some good agility, good vision, and as we saw earlier tonight, he's even got some power to throw in there with it.
He picked up 6 up to the South Caldwell 8-yard line. 1st and 10, and here's a handoff, and here's the Mack truck over on the left side, plowing his way ahead.
Appears they got a touch.
They did. He's into the paint for the 6 points. Good job there.
Just absolutely bowling his way through. And, I mean, when you got a man of that size running at you, you do the best you can, but it almost gives me flashbacks of Urlacher getting run over by Jerome Bettis back in those days. That's kind of what it looked like there.
C.J. Hannum with the touch. Now here's the point after kick. Here's the place. Here's the kick. It is beautiful right through the upright.
The what?
Well, I thought it got through there, but it didn't.
Not sure what the ref was looking at there.
I don't know. From our vantage point, it looked like it was right through the middle, but evidently not.
Well, they're having a conversation now out on the field. Looks like a herd of zebras out there.
They say it's no good. So with 1:57 to go in the opening quarter, We are all tied up. South Caldwell, 6. Hilltoppers, 6. This is high school football Thursday night.
Your number one source for used, damaged, insurance auction, rebuildable auto parts, Robbins Auto Parts, 1875 Harris Henrietta Road, Henrietta. Robbins Auto Parts is a family-owned and operated business by Marty and Terry Robbins. Professional experience in auto parts since 1960. Call on Robbins Auto Parts, 657-5732, or visit them at www.robbinsautoparts.com.
High school football Thursday night here on WCAB, FM 100.9, AM 590. Now the kick following the Hilltoppers touchdown. This one being returned by the Spartans. Looks like they'll bring it out to about the 29.
And that was number 13 on the return for the Spartans, Malachi Sumner. And he did a good job of getting a little bit of space to work with, but the Hilltoppers able to contain him before he did too serious damage.
They are already at halftime in Morganton. Wow, what a quick first half. East Rutherford holding on to a 13-7 lead over at the half.
Yeah, that East Rutherford team is one to keep your eye on this year.
Only 13 points, though, in the first 2 quarters tonight. 1st and 10 here, South Caldwell. Pass attempt, no, fakes the pass attempt, hands off, and the man over on the right side getting only a couple of yards. And it looks like on the bottom of the pile, that is number 6 who comes up. And the carry there would be Spencer Piercy.
Honestly, I'm kind of wondering there. It looked like number, I don't want to say specific names, but number 88 for South Caldwell looked like he was almost ready to suplex one of our defensive linemen. In my book, I think that's holding, but these refs, I don't know about their vision.
2nd and 7. Looks like the quarterback's going to move into a shotgun snap here. Back standing to his left. He's going to pass over here near side. Here's number 2 of the Spartans at 40-45. And he is taken out. Oh, a late flag. A little bit too much contact as they bring him out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
That was number 14, Trey Green, in on the tackle. I'm not sure who they're going to call it on.
Yeah, there were 2 Hilltoppers there, but it is going to be a personal, face mask.
Face mask.
And that will be the 15-yarder.
There have been a few tackles that the Hilltoppers have made tonight where they've grabbed around the top of the shoulder pads, and it's kind of looked a little bit odd, but it's an iffy call on that one, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's going to move the ball all the way up to the Hilltoppers' 37-yard line. Looks like we have just under 1 minute left to go here in the opening quarter tonight. All tied up at 6 apiece currently. Now the Spartans with great field position. 1st and 10 at the Hilltoppers' 37. Quarterback moves back up under center for this snap. He's going to fake a handoff, not fooling our defense. And there is number 33 of the Hilltoppers. That is Jaden Hooper in there on the sack.
And the quarterback thought that he was going to be smooth on that when he kind of casually walking back, but like you said, Hilltoppers not fooled at all. They saw they still had the ball, and as soon as he was looking up to get ready to pass, they were right there on him, and he had no choice but to take the sack.
To give credit, here again, an underclassman, 6'3", 185-pound sophomore Hooper making the big play for the Hilltoppers.
I've noticed with Central, a lot of their defensive backs, their receivers, there's some very tall, lanky guys out there playing for the Hilltoppers on defensive back and wide receiver.
We're looking at 2nd down and about 16 here for the Spartans. Backed up to the 43-yard line. Big hole over here on the near side. 25, 20, 50. He's going to go the distance all the way in for the touchdown.
Number 6, Spencer Piercy on the carry. And once he was able to get that one block sprung, he was gone.
43 yards for the 6 points for South Caldwell. Looks like we could have an offensive show here tonight.
Yeah, South Caldwell has been able to break out a couple of the big plays. Central has done a good job of stopping them on the first couple of plays, but then South Caldwell is able to break out the one big backbreaker that goes for a touchdown.
Once again, they are going to try to go for a 2-point conversion, and look at this wide, spread-out offense here. And going to try to pass over here. It's caught, and the ball breaks loose again, incomplete. 2-point try fails. So as time runs out, that is the end of the first quarter. And the South Caldwell Spartans score 6. Almost have a high-scoring baseball game here. South Caldwell 12, Hilltoppers 6. You're listening to High School Football Thursday night.
Hi, my name is David Rogers. I was raised in Rutherford County. I share the values of this community. I support traditional marriage. I support voter ID. I support laws that prevent our more liberal cities from allowing males to use girls' locker rooms and showers. I am endorsed by the NRA. My name is David Rogers, and I would appreciate your vote.
This announcement paid for by David Rogers for North Carolina House. For a superb dining experience and delicious entrees, stop into Don's Italian Restaurant. Enjoy daily specials like on Tuesday, spaghetti with meat sauce, only $7.99. Wednesday, chicken parmesan, only $9.55. And Thursday, large one-topping pizza, only $9.99. Don also offers an everyday special, large one-topping pizza with 10 wings for only $19.50. All these delicious deals and great service only at Don's Italian Restaurant, Oakland Road in Spindale. Hours are Tuesday through Thursday, 11 till 9, Friday and Saturday, 11 until 10, and Sunday, 11 till 3. Call 828-288-3711 for takeout.
High School Football Thursday night here on WCAB. Jay Coombs along with 24-karat Christian Gold. Christian has been eyeing the cheese spread. And also, what is the garlic bread?
Some nice-looking garlic bread over there, Jay. I'm glad that we were able to be up in this box tonight.
Look at this little split kick, picked up by the Hilltoppers at their own 40 and then chased out of bounds at the 45. That's where the Hilltoppers will start first offensive drive of quarter number 2.
That was number 10, Gage McSwain, the sibling of Chase McSwain on the recovery.
They say he stepped out of bounds back here at the 45.
Good field position for the Hilltoppers. Both teams have had pretty darn good field position tonight.
They have. Now the Hilltoppers move right to left in this quarter of play. We'll see if this end of the field is any kinder. They trail by 6. 12-6, Spartans on top. Looks like Flynn may be changing the call. He steps away. Now he's ready for the snap. Long count. Uh-oh, he dropped it. And let's see. Looks like Flynn has saved it.
Yeah, a long developing play like that, you try to get too much going on pre-play. Sometimes you can forget during the play that you got to hold on to the ball.
Just a mix-up between the center and the quarterback. Lost a yard.
It can be tough on the center when you're so used to a certain snap count and then all of a sudden it gets changed on you. I'm sure if Cliff Palmieri were here, he could attest to that.
Yes, Cliff did have some time at the center.
Which, by the way, Cliff, if you're listening, there's no pickle juice here, unfortunately.
We have to bring our own. 2nd and 11. Flynn this time takes the snap cleanly, flares out to the right, keeper, and picks up positive yardage. Gain of 6 up to midfield to the 50.
They're very close to a first down now. And like I said, I mean, I know it's something that is said a lot on here, but that's only because it's true. The play in the trenches for the Hilltoppers, when they're able to at least hold the line back or even get some push, that's when they have success.
3rd down now for the Hilltoppers. Let's see if we can connect on this first down. Yeah, no fake news here. Not on High School Football Thursday night. Never. Flynn keeping, he kind of tripped up. Otherwise, he would have had running room. And looks like he is hurt.
He tried to make a cut there, and then he kind of just fell down as if his knees buckled a little bit, and he's in pain right now.
He got literally tripped up when he thought he had open field, and he was starting to pick up speed, and he is in a lot of pain.
Grabbing onto his left knee right now. That's not a good sign.
So Bryson Flynn, starting quarterback for the Hilltoppers, being looked at now by the Hilltoppers trainers. Looks like we'll have time for a short break here. 10:27 to go. 2nd quarter, it's South Caldwell 12, Hilltoppers 6. You are listening to High School Football Thursday night.
Fat Trace's is the home of delicious pulled pork barbecue and pulled chicken. Lunch and evening meals are delicious, and folks are coming in from all directions to enjoy them. Have you seen the new dining rooms that's available for meetings and parties? Book your next group meeting at Fat Trace's. Those mouth-watering ribs are served on Friday and Saturday nights. When you need a good meal catered, call on Tracy at 287-5004. Fat Trace's hours are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 10:30 till 8. Wednesday, 10:30 to 3. Friday and Saturdays, 10:30 till 9. And Sundays, 11 till 3. Fat Trace's at 1163 West Main Street, Forest City.
High school football Thursday. Oh, my. Bryson Flynn is going to have to be carried off the field. This does not look good for the Hilltoppers.
It doesn't at all because, I mean, Bryson's been getting some good yardage for them all night, and plus he's their leader at quarterback. With him not being on the field, I'm not sure how this offense is going to function because no matter how many good weapons you have around him, the quarterback's the one that has to handle that ball. The quarterback's the first one that gets it on the option plays, on the running plays. We're going to have to see how the new quarterback who's coming in handles that.
Yeah, we'll have to try to catch and see who that quarterback is now going to be.
Well, it's fourth down, so that looks
like they're going to punt.
But listed on the roster, we have a couple of quarterbacks. Bryson Jarrell and Jaden Costin. My bet would be Jarrell, considering he's the older of the two.
Let's hope we get a good snap here. Yes. Got time for a punt? Yes. Pretty good. This one's going to take a nice Hilltoppers bounce, and looks like the Hilltoppers will down it at about the 15-yard line, so good punt. But we'll try to keep our eyes. Bryson Flynn sitting on the bench on the far side of the field being looked at by the trainers.
You hope maybe it's just a stinger or maybe something of that nature.
Now, as I look across, I don't even see him. Where did he go?
Looks like they're all gathered around him.
If that's it.
Right now, the Hilltoppers defense is going to have to, I know it's tough, but they're going to have to set that aside and focus on stopping this South Caldwell offense, who's been able to move the ball recently on them.
It'll be 1st and 10. Spartans start from their own 15. Quarterback keeper. He's looking. No, he's not going to escape 3 Hilltopper defenders. And right there to get it started is number 33. Are you kidding? It's Jaden Hooper, the sophomore.
Jaden Hooper did an excellent job on that play of solidifying and setting that edge and not allowing the runner to get to the outside. Runner tried, and you could see Jaden was able to shed his block, be right there ready for the tackle, and running back just had no options.
So he lost, almost 3 yards there, it looks like. Looks like they've moved it back to the 11.
Yeah, they've got number 12, their running quarterback in.
Yeah, quarterback's going to take a shotgun snap here, and he hands off. Man on the left, now cut back into the right. Has running room 20, 25, and going to have a first down, it looks like.
He put number 10. Gage McSwain got put on skates right there. That juke was nasty.
And a first down for South Caldwell at the 26-yard line. 27 looks like they moved it up to. Down to 9:15 to go here in the second quarter. Spartans leading the Hilltoppers 12-6. Here's a handoff. Piercy over on the left side. Nope, he's going to run into a couple of defenders after he picks up maybe 3 yards.
These running backs do a decent job of trying to be patient and look for the crease, follow their blockers. But when you have multiple guys swarming that area and you can contain them, it doesn't matter how patient you are, you're not going to find room.
Yeah, for the most part tonight, I've been impressed. Hilltoppers' defense playing fairly well.
They've given up a couple of big plays, but for the most part, pretty solid.
Uh-oh. Here's a snap that has to be picked off, and then look, he is going to be dropped for a loss in the backfield. And this time around, that is number 54 in there that I think we're going to give the credit to
Jake Fry.
Jake Fry is a senior, 5'10", 180 pounds.
One of the co-captains of this team.
Oh, he's got massive hair, too.
They call him Tarzan.
Coming out the back of the helmet there.
Shades of Clay Matthews.
This is now third and a good 11, maybe 12 to go. Spartans rolling out to this side of the field, trying to catch. Whoa, I think he may have been out of bounds. Let's see. Are they going to say he was inbounds? No.
Close play.
It's right over here on the near sideline, up at about the 35-yard line. Would have still been short of the first down marker, but they say nope, he was out of bounds, incomplete.
Something interesting I've noticed about South Caldwell is it seems that based on how they want to attack the defense, they send a different quarterback in. Number 12 is their runner, and number 11, Jason Martin, is their passer.
So they kind of alternate between the two.
You know what they say about having two quarterbacks. When you have two, you don't have one.
I don't know. I've seen some teams do it effectively. Some teams not as well.
When you're getting penetration like the Hilltoppers have been, it doesn't much matter.
Here's the punt attempt. Boy, this is a good one. Way across midfield, going to be taken from the 41, and a return up to the 47.
Zahari Washburn on the catch.
Washburn with about 6 yards on the return. And Hilltoppers offense, let's see who's going to come out to quarterback.
Let's see. It looks like we've got a number 8 coming out.
Number 8, it looks like.
That's Jaden Costin, the freshman.
So it looks like the Hilltoppers may be going, yep, with a freshman quarterback here.
He's of a similar size and build to Bryson Flynn.
And this time right, hands off. First man throw the right side.
And we have a flag.
I think that's Hannon. Yep, number 24. We do have a penalty flag. Hannon picked up a couple of yards to the 50, but yep, this one's coming back.
I would expect RS Central to start putting the ball in the hands of C.J. Hannon, of Xavier Toms, of possibly Zahari Washburn, and try to take some of the pressure off their freshman quarterback.
It's an illegal shift. This ball will come back. Well, they put it down to 43. Oh, it'd be like a 4-yard penalty. Okay, never mind. It's at the 43. And uh-oh. Picks up on the snap here, and it looks like Constant maybe. Yep. He saved it for the Hilltoppers, but now we're going to be looking at third and a long way to go.
You got to wonder how much the nerves might be factoring in here for the freshman quarterback. They can make it. They can make the routine stuff you do in practice all the time, such as taking a direct under center snap. They can make it harder than you might think.
Okay, my bad. We got the down over after that illegal shift penalty. Second and about 15 for the Hilltoppers. Constant, there's a collision in the backfield between him and one of his backs, and then looks like it's Constant with football who dives ahead to the 45, but I don't think everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, that's one of the things that, we talk about the athletic ability and what Bryson Flynn brings to the table as a runner and as a passer, but the intangibles of it are probably even more important than that. How he leads the team, how he commands the offense, how he gets everybody on the same page. And I'm not sure if Costin's going to be able to handle it as well.
Third and 13 for the Hilltoppers. Once again, trouble with the snap. Here's a pass from Scott, though. Quick little lob, and now working his way up the field across the 15, finally tackled, but all the way up inside the 15-yard line. That is Washburn.
That could be just what this offense needed right there. Washburn was wide open over the middle. There was nobody around him, and he just absolutely gashed him. That was a good job by Costin there. Right after I said I wasn't sure how he was going to be able to handle it, he stood in the pocket, stood tall, all 5'8" of him, and delivered a strike to Zahari Washburn.
It was not a beautiful pass, but it was a little bit of a lob, and Washburn came down with it, and now it is 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Costin takes the snap. This time he's going to keep it himself. Gets blocked, tries to dive through. He's across the 10 to the 9, a gain of 3 for the Hilltoppers freshman quarterback.
Costin's done a good job he's done a good job utilizing what little room there was there. And who knows, maybe the Hilltoppers have something here. like I said, he's a similar build, seems to be of a similar play style to Bryson Flynn. So maybe the Hilltoppers wanted to go with something a bit more familiar.
2nd and 7 for the Hilltoppers. Go send it wide out, way out to the far side of the field. Ball is at the 9-yard line of the Spartans. Hand off to Hannon. CJ over on the right side. Picks up a couple, takes it up to the 7. Hey, the Griffins are having a really tough game tonight in Avondale. 35-0 Griffins over the Blue Flashes at the end of quarter number 1.
Those Blue Flashes, man, that defense must be rock solid.
Keep in mind, we think this is their very first year of playing varsity high school football.
Reminds me of a little team called Stuart Kramer who opened up when I was in high school.
Yes, and now they have become quite a good team. Costin this time handing off and working on the right side. Again, it looks like it is Hannon.
He's going to pound his way up to knocking on the door, not quite able to get there. Let's see if the Hilltoppers are going to keep the offense out there. It looks like they will.
Okay.
On 4th down.
Yeah, this is going to be 4th and, oh my gosh, he's got a long 2, almost 3 to go. They really need to get it up to about the 2. And it looks like they have put the ball right down on the 5.
This can go either way. It's either where you start sweating as a defense because of all the possibilities, but as an offense you have to keep your fundamentals intact.
And here again, Hannon, and he dives through, and he's in for the 6 points. Touchdown, C.J. Hannon.
His 2nd touchdown of the night, just barreling through there.
5 yards in for the 6. We are all tied up. For the point after attempt coming up momentarily for the Hilltoppers.
Number 18, Nick McDaniel. Let's see if he can get the refs to call it his way on this one.
Yeah, I'm still confused by that first one tonight. It looked good from this angle, but here's attempt number 2 on the night, and this one's through there. They raised arms upright. That means it counts.
Right down the middle.
So with 3:33 to go here in the 2nd quarter, Hilltoppers take the lead by 1. Hilltoppers 13, South Caldwell 12. You're listening to High School Football Thursday night.
Market declines, unemployment, political uncertainty, oil prices. Today's headlines can be very scary. Hi, this is Andrew Tisdale, your Edward Jones financial advisor, and I'm here to work with you to help you understand the impact of these short-term events and how to be positioned for the long term. We provide the tools for a logical, reasoned, disciplined approach to investing. Don't let these headlines derail your long-term financial strategy. Come and stop by our office to set a face-to-face appointment for straight talk. We're at 173 Railroad Avenue in the Food Line Plaza. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
High School Football Thursday night, we're broadcasting live via Verizon Wireless. C.J. Hannon, 5-yard touchdown, puts the Hilltoppers up 13-12. This kick following the touchdown goes sailing out of bounds. High School Football Thursday night being brought to you in part by our good friends at McCurry Deck Motors. Also by Insurance Service Associates, Fat Tracy's Barbecue, and by Andrew Tisdale of Edward Jones.
Yeah, this scoreboard looking a little bit familiar right now for the Hilltoppers with the 13-12.
How many times have the Hilltoppers had 13 this season? Now, this is the 3rd week in a row. I do know that we've had 13 on the scoreboard.
Still up in the air about whether it's their lucky number or not.
I don't know. It was last week, but only for the first half. Here's a pitch to Spencer Piercy of the Spartans. He tries to cut out to the far side, turn the left corner, but there's no daylight.
Number 15, Bryson Jarrell, was in there on the tackle. Jarrell, he's a linebacker, but he's also listed as a quarterback, and he would be a bit of a different quarterback than Flynn or Costin, as he is 6 feet and 215 pounds.
That's good size. Piercy picked up 1 yard on that run. 2nd and 9 for South Caldwell. Quarterback moves to a shotgun snap, lone back, stands to his left. He's going to fake the pass, keep it, dives ahead. Got back to at least a line of scrimmage, but not much more.
12. I don't know if you're fooling anybody there. We know you're the running quarterback by now. He drew his arm back to pass, but immediately tucked and ran. I don't know.
Once again, I'm so impressed this week. Both sides we're seeing a number of underclassmen. Man, this is the season. I think 2018 could be the year of the underclassmen.
Oh, definitely. But these underclassmen can play, though.
Yeah, looking good here in the early season. Third down now for Spartans. Here's a pass. This one caught, but great swing from that tackle. Look out, close to midfield. Knocked out bounds at the Hilltoppers 49, but almost had him stopped. He was able to avoid the tackle, and then on second effort, brings it up to midfield.
Number 13, Marlon Francis, was the one who was in there on position to make that tackle. And the one thing that he did, he was in position, he did almost everything right. But you have to look up and see what you're tackling. He had his head down on that play going for the legs, and that's why he was able to slip out of it.
1st and 10. Here's the quarterback keeper over on the left side. Look out, he's going to be loose. Is anybody going to be able to catch him as he goes all the way over to the far side of the field, and touchdown, South Caldwell. That is Avery Rayner on a 49-yard run for the Spartans.
Shades of Russell Wilson on that play. They're built kind of similarly, shorter, stockier quarterbacks, but he showed he's got enough speed to hurt you there. And it looks like that's the case with these South Caldwell defenders. You've got to bottle them up early because they can really hurt you if they get some space.
That was quite a run by the South Caldwell quarterback. And now, once again, it looks like they will try to go for a 2-point try. They have not succeeded yet tonight. This will be their 3rd attempt. And this one's not going to be any good either because handoff and quickly dropped on the left side, fooling nobody.
We have a flag on the play, however.
Oh, that was a late flag. Oh, let's keep it here for a second and see what this penalty is.
Perhaps a bit of a scuffle after the play.
Well, there is a discussion taking place. Both teams, though, have come to their side of the field. Unsportsmanlike against Central.
I find that hard to believe, considering that it was the Central.
Unsportsmanlike against South Caldwell. They will be offsetting.
Well, consider that was a run that went right up the middle. That's a battle in the trenches. The Hilltoppers were able to win that one. Things get chippy. That's just the nature. That's life in the trenches. Only the strong survive.
So with 1:54 to go in the second quarter, it's now South Caldwell 18, RS Central 13. This is high school football Thursday night.
I'm Senator Ralph Heiss. North Carolina needs effective conservative leadership in Raleigh. In the state Senate, we've defended marriage and conservative values, passed voter ID to prevent fraud in our elections, and fought Obamacare's tax increases. I will continue to be your conservative voice. I'm Ralph Heiss, and I'm running for state Senate, and I would appreciate your support, and I sponsored this ad.
Paid for by Ralph Heiss for North Carolina Senate.
High school football Thursday night moved up a night this time around because of the threat that Hurricane Florence will be bringing us possibly as early as tomorrow night. Storm seems to be slowing down a bit. It may be later into the weekend before we really feel the effects. Now the kick following that 49-yard touchdown run by Avery Rayner, South Caldwell quarterback, goes sailing out of bounds over on the far side of the field.
If you need to envision just how big this hurricane is, this Hurricane Florence, a friend of mine sent me a picture showing me that it covers up almost 3/4 of Peyton Manning's forehead. So that's quite a doozy there.
That was a Stuart Luckadooism if there ever was one. Guarantee it. Of course, our good friend Stuart Luckadoo had just started a new job in Myrtle Beach. He was there 2 weeks, and then he had to evacuate on Tuesday and come back to Rutherford County. Hope he'll be able to return to something on Monday. Now, here's Costin on 1st and 10, and the Hilltoppers quarterback, whoa, body slam to the turf. Grabbed, picked up, dropped at the 30-yard line.
And that's the life of a quarterback in an option offense. You're going to take some lumps. And that's one thing I would think that Costin and Flynn both maybe have a bit more speed than Gerald, but Gerald being a bigger guy, you think maybe he could absorb the blows a little bit better. Plus, he plays linebacker. Then again, he's probably tired from playing linebacker, so.
And that was a very tough yard that Costin picked up there. 2nd and 9. Pair of wideouts to the far side. Not sure if Jaden has much of an arm, though. Let's see. He's going to roll out to his right. He's looking. There's a nice pass. It's caught over on the far side of the field. That is number 14 on the receiving end, Trey Green. And he's up about the 48, or the 38, that is.
Costin has a habit of when we say something in slight doubt of him, proving us wrong the next play.
That was actually a nice-looking pass, and caught by Green.
On the run, on the sideline. It was right into his chest.
But look at the clock now. They're down to 50 seconds to go before the half.
Looks like we're going to have to learn of the forward pass.
3rd and 1. Costin hands off over on the right side, picking up the first down, but let's take a timeout quickly and stop the clock. That is number 32 on the carry for the Hilltoppers that time. That's Noah Hutchins.
Yeah, I've noticed that it seems since Flint has gone out of the game, it looks like the offensive line for the Hilltoppers is struggling to open up lanes a little bit more than it was when he was in the game.
Did not get a great spot here, but it's just enough by the nose of the football. Hilltoppers did take timeout to stop the clock. Looks like we have 40 seconds left up before halftime. So let's see what the Hilltoppers can do. 1st and 10 at their own 39 with 40 seconds. Peyton Manning, are you in the house? Do you have any high school eligibility left?
Well, we've got a couple of tall wide receivers to work with on the outside. Maybe just throw it up and see what they can do.
Let's see what happens here. Going to send Whitehouse both sides. Here's the pitch. Costin over to Trey Green. Trey Green working from right to left. He cannot escape the defender. He is dropped for a loss back at the 34.
If he would have been able to make that defender miss, there was no one for a good amount of yards. But unfortunately, Trey Green, being a taller guy, it's kind of harder for them to get low and make those cuts. And I'm not able to make it happen.
I don't think we'll have another play. I think we're going to head to halftime. Both teams now trotting off the field as the clock winds out. So it is halftime here in Hudson tonight. And our halftime score, South Caldwell 18, RS Central 13. Stay tuned now for the halftime show coming up momentarily here on High School Football Thursday night.
Since 1946, Fountain Electric has been a leading electrical contractor for this region and proud to announce we're growing. With their continued loyal service to our local community from the location in Spindale, they now have offices in Charlotte, Asheville, and Hickory. Fountain Electric not only provides outstanding electrical services, but jobs as well. For information about job openings and the type of people they seek to hire, please visit the website at fountainelectric.com/careers. Fountain Electric and Services, proud to be locally owned and locally grown.
This is Steve Owens, your Rutherford County Clerk of Superior Court. I was elected as your clerk in 2014. I am now running for re-election in the November general election. I was previously employed with the District Attorney's Office and the Clerk of Court's Office with continuous service and experience of over 20 years in the state's judicial system. I retired from Eckerd Drug Corporation with after more than 20 years experience in customer service as a multi-store manager and training store manager. I'm a graduate of RS Central High School and received an Associates of Arts degree from Isothermal Community College. My wife Gina and I have been active members of Cornerstone Fellowship Church since 1998. Last election, I promised to run this office as a business with efficiency and bring customer service back to the clerk's office. I have fulfilled these promises and now ask for your support, prayers, and vote in the November general election. I will continue to be a clerk you can talk to and depend on.
Vote to re-elect Steve H. Owens, Republican, for Clerk of Superior Court on November the 6th. Paid for by the Committee to Elect Steve H. Owens.
Getting ready for deer season doesn't have to be burdensome with your friends standing by to help. Farmer's Friend, feed, seed, and supply in Rutherford. Deer corn, $7 for a 50-pound bag. Cob corn, $8. Peanut deer mix, $12.99 for the 50-pound bag. Sugar beet, $25 for 3 pounds. All your deer season preparation is now available at Farmer's Friend, feed, seed, and supply. Check out the best price for Kills Weed Killer, $47.99 for 2.5 gallons. Farmer's Friend, feed, seed, and supply, 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton.
High school football Thursday night here on WCAB Rutherford, AM 590, FM 100.9. Jay Coombs along with Christian Gold. It is halftime here in Hudson tonight. South Caldwell, a 5-point lead over our Hilltoppers. Spartans 18, Hilltoppers 13 at the half. 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter over in Morganton. East Rutherford leading Morganton Patton only by a couple of touchdowns. So Cavaliers 20, Panthers 7. And at the end of the first quarter in Avondale, it was Thomas Jefferson shutting out Calhoun Falls, South Carolina Charter by a score of 35-0 at the end of the first quarter. Jacob Conley with updates from Avondale. My thanks to Chris Clark, who provides us with the updates tonight from Morganton, where East Rutherford is trying to improve to 5-0. Be the first time since 1992. Wow, what do you remember about 1992?
I don't remember anything about 92. I was born 5 years after 92. So. I do know though that you said that about Thomas Jefferson starting 5-0.
No, that would be East 5-0.
East 5-0. Okay, I was about to say
TJ be 4-0 after tonight.
Because I do know that TJ, I'm pretty sure, was founded in 93, so I was like,
Oh, yeah. You're getting the Griffins and the Cavs mixed up there.
No, same general area.
That East Rutherford team, back in 1992, they actually finished the regular season undefeated, made it all the way to the fourth round that year, the Western Regional Finals, in the playoffs before they got beat. That was a really, really good East Rutherford team back in 1992.
Must be what my dad and all his friends that graduated with him are always talking about, with the good old days of Cavalier football and whatnot. And as an RS Central graduate, I'm like, yeah, sure. Turns out, my dad actually graduated in class of 88. He was talking to me about how East always dominated Central back in those days. Come to find out, I look at his senior yearbook, and it reads, RS 20, East Rutherford 7, when they played that year. And I was like, you failed to mention this. And he was like, oh, that must be a typo. I'm like, sure.
So he was a Hilltopper grad, too?
No, my dad was an East Rutherford grad.
Oh!
And my mother was a Chase graduate.
Holy cow, what are Friday nights like in the Gold household? This must be really tough, because you've got one Chase grad, you've got an East grad, you being a Central grad.
Oh, I can take it a step further. My grandpa was a Shelby High School grad.
Now we're really talking Civil War.
And my grandmother was a Crest graduate.
Now we're really talking all out Hatfields McCoys.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Hey, wasn't that something last week? Shelby going 1-3, getting beat last Friday night at the hands of Crest. Now, last I heard, Kings Mountain scheduled to be at Shelby. They had not changed their game as of this afternoon. They're still on for tomorrow night, best to my knowledge, unless there was some late decision that I'm not aware of. But listen to this. Kings Mountain has not defeated Shelby in 8 years. And the last time that the Mountaineers won a football game in Shelby, that was 1986.
Wow.
And this year, the Mountaineers, they're undefeated. They look really, really good. Could this be a year that Shelby falls to 1-4 to open up the season?
I tell you.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I tell you, it's who who would have thought this coming into this year? I mean, I feel like we thought East Rutherford was going to be a pretty good team, but I don't know if we expect them to be as good as they have been. I mean, just all the dynamic weapons they have. But even bigger surprise than that is, like you said, Shelby. I don't even think I was alive the last time that they lost 3 or 4 games in a season. I mean,
you know, they have not had a losing season since 1990.
Oh, my goodness.
That is 28 years without a losing season. Oh, those folks must be going nuts in Cleveland County. They're certainly not used to 1-4. Oh, my.
I do think that's interesting, too, how their schedule is set up, considering they've already played 2 of their 3 county rivals this early on in the season. But I guess they're not in the same conference as their county rivals anymore, so I suppose that makes sense.
You've got to schedule them early. And just to look ahead here, they have an open date next week. Then they have to travel to Mount Pleasant. Talk about a 2A powerhouse. There's one. Then they come back home to begin conference play, hosting Chase at Central, hosting East Gaston at East Rutherford. Looking forward to that. And then ending up hosting South Point.
You don't want to speculate on things. You don't want to try to jinx anything or anything of that nature, but the way the chips are falling, if things continue at a similar rate that they have been, this could be the year that not only a Rutherford County team defeats Shelby, this could be the year that a Rutherford County team crushes Shelby. I mean, the way it all depends on how Shelby handles this early start, and I'm sure, even though they've had a tough go of it, I'm sure there's not a shortage of talent there. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Maybe it's just a year where Burns and Kings Mountain are abnormally strong.
Well, certainly not Burns, but definitely Kings Mountain. And Crest's been looking pretty good, too.
Well, I mentioned Burns because Burns, when they played Shelby, they beat them fairly handily. I mean, it was about, the score was, 13 or 32 to 19 or 14 or something of that nature?
Yeah, something like that. I was just getting a quick update here from Jacob Conley. They have gone to a running clock in the first quarter in Avondale, with Griffins leading Calhoun Falls 42-0. A running clock, and they have not reached the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I feel like we get so caught up in talking about East Rutherford. Let's not forget the other team in the Forest City, Ellenboro area, Thomas Jefferson. I mean,
yeah,
they had an excellent year last year, and they're shaping up to have another good one this year.
Hey, and I am not counting out RS Central or Chase, either one at this point, too. It's always been part of our philosophy here on our high school football broadcast. We have 4 teams in Rutherford County. We want to make sure that all 4 get some media coverage that they much deserve, regardless as to what their records are. Fans, you want to be sure to stay tuned tonight for the 5th quarter, our post-game show. We'll be announcing this week's recipient of the WCAB Player of the Game Award. That player will be receiving a beautiful plaque from Christy Carlisle of KC Lancasters. Fans, whenever you have a need for trophies, plaques, other forms of recognition, why not do business locally? When you do business locally, your money stays in Rutherford County. Plus, if there is ever a problem with your order, and it frequently happens when you order trophies, plaques, and awards, a name can be accidentally misspelled. There could be some kind of a typo. Well, if you've done business with an out-of-town box house, maybe you saved $1 or $2, but you know what happens? When there's a mistake, you're in for significant delays. When you do business locally with Christy Carlisle of KC Lancasters, she'll be able to take care of the problem locally and quickly and have you back with a smile on your face in no time. So remember, Christy Carlisle, she inherited the House of Awards from her mother, Pete McMahon, for 3 decades. Folks always depended on the House of Awards in Forest City for their award needs. Well, now, depend on Christy Carlisle. KC Lancasters, you can contact her via email at kc.lancasters@aol.com. That's kc.lancasters at AOL.com. If you'd like to call Christy, you can give her a call pretty much anytime, 828-305-4811. That's 828-305-4811 to honor someone with style. Make it an honor from Christy Carlisle of KC Lancasters. Back momentarily with third quarter action. Hilltoppers will be receiving the kick to open up their third quarter of play. They are trailing here at the half by 5. South Caldwell 18, RS Central 13. You've been listening to the Halftime Show.
One of the Carolinas' leading bark mulch manufacturers is Spindale Wholesale Mulch Company, 325 Spindale Street. They can accommodate any mulch project you may have. They carry single ground hardwood mulch, double ground pine bark mulch, color enriched hardwood mulch, organic topsoil, organic compost, mushroom compost, premium potting mixes, aged pine bark, and best start garden soil. These mulches are high-quality Appalachian bark that is blended for the best performance. Spindale Wholesale Mulch also carries rock, stone, gravel. Great prices guaranteed. See them today. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 until noon. Phone them, 287-3561.
With today's hurry-up and undependable world, you need an insurance agency that will give you excellent service. Maxwell B. Hamrick Agency delivers the security and service that you're looking for. You'll always be in good hands with Hamrick Insurance. They offer auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. They are an independent agency with 3 locations to conveniently serve you: Main Street in Boiling Springs, Lafayette Street in Shelby, and Huntley Street in Spindale. Call Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance today at 286-2384.
Your number one source for used, damaged, insurance auction, rebuildable auto parts, Robbins Auto Parts, 1875 Harris Henrietta Road, Henrietta. Robbins Auto Parts is a family-owned and operated business by Marty and Terry Robbins. Professional experience in auto parts since 1960. Call on Robbins Auto Parts, 657-5732, or visit them at www.robbinsautoparts.com.
High school football Thursday night here on WCAB. We're broadcasting live via Verizon Wireless. Fans, if the name Christian Gold is on your birthday list in December or for Christmas this year, I have the perfect gift idea for Mr. Gold. Turns out he is absolutely infatuated with cheese. So if you can get a plate load of cheese, send that to Christian for his birthday or Christmas.
Oh yeah, I think I was blessed with some sort of gift. Not only am I not lactose intolerant, I process cheese very well.
Okay, let's quickly recap the scoring of the first 2 quarters here tonight. South Caldwell started off first with 5:40 to go in the opening quarter. It was Isaiah Kirby taking it in from 1 yard out. They tracked for 2 points. That was no good. South Caldwell jumped out 6-0. Hilltoppers tied it up with 1:57 to go in the opening quarter. C.J. Hanna, first of 2 touchdowns in the first half tonight. 8-yard touchdown run from Hanna. Point after was no good, although from our vantage point, it looked like it went through. We were tied up at 6 apiece. South Caldwell would take the lead back as time ran out at the end of the first quarter. Spencer Piercy on a 43-yard touchdown run for South Caldwell. Tried to go for 2 again. That didn't work. But the Spartans had the lead 12-6 at the end of the first quarter. Hilltoppers came back, taking the lead with 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. C.J. Hannon, his second touchdown tonight. This one a 5-yard touchdown run. Point after kick good. Hilltoppers had a 1 point, 13-12 lead. And then the Spartans would come back to take the lead back with just under 2 minutes to go in the contest. Quarterback Avery Rayner taking off on a 49-yard touchdown run. Again, the Spartans tried to go for 2. That didn't work, but it does give them 5-point advantage here at the half. South Caldwell 18, RS Central 13. Fans, if you're wondering about the Atlanta Braves tonight, don't be. The Braves have an off day today. They do not play. Man, what a week the Braves have had, though. Now, they open up a series, hopefully, weather permitting, hosting the Washington Nationals for tomorrow night and again throughout the weekend. But the Braves now, with a 7.5-game lead over the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East race. It's looking better and better for the Braves. Wow, it's been a while, but we may see a division title this year for the Atlanta Braves. Stay tuned and keep listening this weekend. Hopefully tomorrow night, 7:35 for the first pitch, Braves and the Nationals. Now the game's scheduled in Atlanta. We'll have to kind of keep our eye on Hurricane Florence and see if the weather will cooperate. Looks like, too, on Saturday afternoon, looks like it's going to be a 1:05 first pitch. And then we have racing from Las Vegas. It's the running of the DC Solar 300. That will be at 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. I can say fairly confidently, I don't think Hurricane Florence will have any impact on Las Vegas weather. And then on Sunday, what are we going to carry? We have several things going on, and it looks like on our calendar it is going to be the NASCAR race, the South Point 400, broadcast time at 2 o'clock from the Las Vegas Speedway. Of course, we've also got the Braves playing the Nationals. Also got the Panthers in Atlanta to take on the Falcons. I think that new stadium down, I think they can close the roof on that. So hopefully the weather won't be a problem with the NFL game on Sunday. Wow, a lot of sports activity, and that's considering college football games around here pretty much called off, canceled for the weekend, except Jacob Conley asked me to remind you that the Gardner-Webb Western Carolina game will be played tomorrow night in Boiling Springs. They're planning to kick off at 6 o'clock. Fans, it'll be your opportunity to see 3 former Rutherford County High School players on the field at the same time. Zeke Blanton from Chase, Brock Hannon from up at RS Central, and let's see, also, how could I forget?
Squires.
Bruce Squires from Chase.
That's Caden Brock, by the way, not Brock Hannon.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here's the kick to start here in the third quarter. And I almost forgot about Cade Hamilton from East Rutherford, who now plays. And it looks like it will be returned to the 40. So the Hilltoppers will start the third quarter trailing by 5. And their first drive will be 1st and 10 from their own 40, moving from right to left.
Let's see who they've got out there at quarterback, if it's still Costin.
Do a check here in the huddle.
It looks like it will be Jaden Costin.
It'll be the freshman quarterback, Bryson Flynn, injured in the first half tonight. So 1st and 10 Hilltoppers. Costin taking the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Cuts out to the right. Bounces off the defensive tackler. Now he breaks through on the far side of the field, and Costin picks up a first down. 12 yards picked up by the young quarterback.
That was an aggressive run by Jaden Costin. I mean, the amount of force you had to put into a hit to be able to bounce off of somebody like that, they had him dead to rights, but he was able to bounce off and then get to the outside and turn that into a first down. I mean, there's something to this Jaden Costin kid.
I don't know, there's something to it, too. Keep in mind, he's only 5'8", weighs 160. It was amazing what he just did there physically. So 1st and 10, this time he's going to hand it off, and blasting through on the left side, that is C.J. Hannon, takes it up to the 45 of South Caldwell.
So we got a South Caldwell player down.
And it looks like we could have a break in the action here as the trainer has come out to take a look at the Spartan who is injured on the play. Just underway here in the third quarter, 11-13 to go in the third, 18-13, a 5-point South Caldwell lead over RS Central. The via Verizon Wireless. High school football Thursday night.
Since 1946, Fountain Electric has been a leading electrical contractor for this region, and proud to announce we're growing. With their continued loyal service to our local community from the location in Spindale, they now have offices in Charlotte, Asheville, and Hickory. Fountain Electric not only provides outstanding electrical services, but jobs as well. For information about job openings and the type of people they seek to hire, please visit the website at fountainelectric.com/careers. Fountain Electric and Services, proud to be locally owned and locally grown.
High school football Thursday night. Jay Coombs along with 24-karat Christian Gold. Broadcasting here from Caldwell County.
The South Caldwell player that was injured on that play, for any South Caldwell folks listening there, it was number 52, Brandon Torres, and he did walk off the field under his own power, limping a little bit, but it looks like he will be all right.
All right, second down here for the Hilltoppers, and loose over there. Wow, big hole opens up.
Oh, my goodness. And he got some pushing and shoving going on well after the play between an RS player and a defensive lineman for the Spartans. I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag on that one.
Okay, I missed the carry on that, but it takes it all the way up to the South Caldwell 33.
Well, that was Jaden Costin on the carry, and he looks shades of Marshawn Lynch on that play. He bowled somebody over.
First and 10, Hilltoppers. Costin, freshman quarterback's got his Hilltoppers moving. Here he is again. On the keeper. Tried to work his way out to the far side of the field. He's across the 30, up to the 28. Costin's coming out with some fire here in the third quarter.
Not the biggest guy, but it looks like he is all sinew and muscle. That must be the case because these South Caldwell defenders, even when they bottle him up, they have a hard time bringing him down. He goes hard on every play, and you can't ask for much more out of a player.
All right, ready to resume action here. Whistles blow prior to the snap. Going to be second and about 5 for the Hilltoppers. And offside, somebody lined up over the line for the Hilltoppers. It's going to push them back 5, brings the ball back out to the 34-yard line.
We've seen in the past with this RS team, when they'll get something going and then one thing, a penalty or a bad snap, something derails it. They're going to have to make sure that's not the case on this drive.
Okay, let's see if they can bounce back here. Second and 10. And here is an opening. It's still on his feet, taking defenders with him all the way up the field.
And C.J. Hannon on the carry.
C.J. Hannon takes it all the way up to the Spartans' 11-yard line.
He didn't do a lot of juking and jiving. He did a little bit of a turning and adjusting of the lane, but that's just straight-up power and physicality right there. I mean, you talk about a Mack truck. It took about 5 guys to bring him down there.
First and 10 for the Hilltoppers at the South Caldwell 11. Costin, the quarterback, keeping it. The freshman dives over on the right side. Maybe gotten a yard out of that, maybe 2.
The thing about a running game like this is not only does it wear the defense down physically, but all of the option, all of the faking, it tires you out mentally as a defense too, because you never know who's going to be getting the ball, and you may guess wrong on some plays. It's the beauty of this offense when it's working well.
Second and 8 for the Hilltoppers. Ball at the South Caldwell 9. Costin going to change directions this time, trying to work his way to the left. Didn't get much, maybe a yard, if that.
On that play, South Caldwell was able to get some good penetration in there and just kind of drag him down from behind.
Fans here over on the South Caldwell side trying to encourage their team, Hilltoppers, to take this drive. Started at 1, back here at about their 30-something, and marched right up the field.
This might be the most physical drive I've seen from RS Central tonight and in a while. I mean, they've just been pounding the football.
Okay, third down now for the Hilltoppers. Got about 7 to go. Here's Constant, late handoff, and I think it's Hannon. Yes, it is. C.J. Hannon, and he is up. Just short of the goal line.
He tried to reach across, but didn't do it in time.
It's going to be enough for a first down, though, for the Hilltoppers. So now to be first and goal, and the ball is sitting at the South Caldwell 1-foot line. Looks like the
South Caldwell loading up in the middle of the defensive line to try to stop C.J. Hannon or whoever might get the ball. We'll see what RS decides to do.
Yeah, let's see if we can punch it in here, take the lead back. And over there on the right side, it's Hannon. He's in for the score.
Third touchdown of the night for the Hilltoppers. All of those points courtesy of C.J. Hannon.
How about that? What a night.
C.J. the Hammer Hannon. I mean, he did a little bit of everything on that drive. Well, if everything is just pounding the football straight ahead.
This one comes with 7:30 to go in the third quarter. Hilltoppers now try to add the point after. Here's the place. Here's the boot. And this one is good. So with 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, add 7 more up on the scoreboard as the Hilltoppers take the lead back here in Hudson. It's now RS Central 20, South Caldwell 18. This is high school football Thursday night.
Getting ready for deer season doesn't have to be burdensome with your friends standing by to help. Farmer's Friend, feed, seed, and supply in Rutherford. Deer corn, $7 for a 50-pound bag. Cob corn, $8. Peanut deer mix, $12.99 for the 50-pound bag. Sugar beet, $25 for 3 pounds. All your deer season preparation is now available at Farmer's Friend, feed, seed, and supply. Check out the best price for Kills Weed Killer, $47.99 for 2.5 gallons. Farmer's Friend, feed, seed, and supply, 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton.
Thursday night quick score update from Morganton. 7.5 minutes left to go in the game. East Rutherford leading Patton 27-7. Now the kick following C.J. Hannon, third touchdown of the night. This one breaking loose from the Spartans. Gets across the field to the far side. He's going to be caught, but he's all the way up to the Hilltoppers 20.
That was number 13, Malachi Sumner, and you had the feeling, he's got the feeling of one of those playmakers where if he just gets a little crease, and he was able to find the edge that time. Luckily, the Hilltoppers were able to drag him down with a shoestring tackle, but he almost broke that one.
Wow, what a return. And the Hilltoppers have allowed, they've actually spotted this, it looks like, up at about the 18-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 for the Spartans.
You can't blink with this game. I mean, these teams may not air it out and may not be exciting passing the football, but, hey, running can be pretty exciting, too.
And here are the Spartans on first and 10. And here's the keeper coming out to this near side, turning the corner, 15-10, and finally going to be stopped. That is Rayner. And the quarterback gets it up to the 10-yard line, so a nice pickup of about 8.
It was Trey Green on the tackle, but he was dragged along with that stiff arm for a few extra yards.
So, second down, short 3, long 2. And here Rayner's going to hand off over on the left side. Quickly met after a drop or a gain of maybe 1. That is number 8. That would be Isaiah Kirby.
Isaiah Kirby actually ended up on top of a couple of bodies, up off the ground trying to stretch and get some extra yards. That can be a dangerous maneuver because you know if you reach up with that football, guys are going to try to tear it out of your hands.
Looks like they are just short. So let's call it 3rd and 1 here at the Hilltoppers' 8-yard line. And Spartans quick to respond here. They'd like to take the lead right back. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper Rayner looking, bounces off a defender, and tries to turn and twist, and I'm not sure he got anything, really.
They're holding up a 4th down.
It is 4th down, and actually he lost just a little bit.
That was Jake Fry in there to meet him initially and then cleaned up by Trey Green, I believe.
Now that's going to leave them looking at a good 4th and 2, because the ball is almost back to the 10 now.
Well, they haven't relied on their kicker at all tonight, so you got to expect the offense out there.
Yeah, I don't even know they do have a kicker listed on the roster, but well, they're going to go for it here on 4th and 2. Let's see if the Hilltoppers defense can make a huge statement. Rayner with a very long snap count, and whistles blow. Surely didn't draw them offside.
Looks like the hard count may have gotten one.
No! Oh, that's exactly what they were wanting to do, and they succeeded. Hilltoppers jump the gun. It will give South Caldwell the 5 yards and the first down and move the ball up just inside the 5-yard line.
It's about discipline in that situation. You cannot use your ears. You have to watch the football. The football will tell you when something's happening.
First and go, South Caldwell. Here's Kirby. He's going to go into the end zone, and did he get in?
It looks like the ball may have came loose.
He did not get in. He's right about the 1-yard line. There was a huge pileup. Did look like the ball popped out, but I think it happened after the play was dead. Actually, now they say put it back at about the 2, so it'll be second and go from the 2. Hilltoppers defense playing tough down here in the red zone, but man, the giving up that return on the kick really hurt.
That's what's really helped South Caldwell out is good field position.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Rayner is going to roll to his right, looking for a quick little toss into the end zone.
My goodness.
He almost picked it off.
That was Trey Green right there in the middle. He intercepted a pass against both the last time we covered the Hilltoppers. It slipped through his hands that time. He was very frustrated with himself, but a good play nonetheless.
So now it is going to bring up 3rd and go for the Spartans. Ball stays at the 2-yard line.
I believe that's the first pass that Rayner has thrown all night long.
Yeah, they haven't tried many.
He's not usually the guy that throws the passes, but, I mean, he is a quarterback after all.
We're down to 4:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Game moving along at a pretty fast pace tonight. 3rd and go at the Hilltoppers 2. Spartans quarterback Rayner is going to keep it, and then he dives and makes it in for the touchdown. Second touchdown of the night for Rayner.
Able to clear up just enough room for him to scoot in there.
So with 4:05 to go in the 3rd quarter, we have another lead change as the Spartans collect 6. They take the lead back 24-20. And now I would imagine they'll once again try to go for a 2-point conversion. Second touchdown tonight for the South Caldwell quarterback, Avery Rayner. And here he is this time, handing off, diving, and making it in for the 2 points this time. That is Herbie, number 8 for the Spartans. For this time, they pick up 2.
First time all night, the 2-point conversions worked for them. Hilltoppers were there to put a hit on, but it looks like we got a Hilltopper down on the field. I don't think it's anything too serious. It looks like he just got the wind knocked out of him. It was a pretty hard collision.
So with 4:05 to go in the 3rd quarter, South Caldwell takes the lead back. Spartans 26, RS Central 20. You're listening to High School Football Thursday night.
Sunday mornings are special here on WCAB.
Like one of the RS players is still down in the end zone, having some issues. He's moving around. He's up on his side, propping himself up, but it looks like he's in some real pain there.
Spartans had just taken the lead back over the Hilltoppers. This has been back and forth several times tonight. Oh gosh, let's see. 1 lead change, 2 lead change, 3 lead change for, that's only a 5th lead change of the night.
Exciting game.
This is a close game here tonight. 26-20 now. 6-point lead for the Spartans. Say, before I forget, certainly want to extend our thanks and appreciation to the athletic department staff here at South Caldwell High School. Athletic Director, Coach Jeff Farham, his staff. Super nice people here tonight. We appreciate the hospitality and giving us the opportunity to broadcast this game tonight and bring it back to our friends in Rutherford County.
That's Zahari Washburn, who was down by the way in. He sat up and stood up on his own, but he ended up being carried off the field by a couple of the RS staff. I looked to see if he returns to the game. It didn't look like anything too serious, but you never know.
It is now 34-7 East Rutherford over Morganton Patton with 5.5 minutes to go in the game.
East Rutherford offense doing what we've become accustomed to.
Now the kick following. This is the one part covered up by the Hilltoppers. Great field position here at their own 46.
That was a squib right to number 32, Noah Hudgens. The ball bounced off him for a second, but he did a good job of just fall on it.
Yes, he covered it up, and that's going to give Central great position here. So we got just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. And once again, the freshman quarterback Constant to lead the way for RS Central. Bryson Flynn injured in the first half tonight. Not sure the extent of the injury. But it's the freshman Constant who has come in since and done a pretty good job. Here's the snap. Constant hands off. Over on the right side, diving ahead at the end of the play, picking up yardage up to midfield. I believe that is number 32 on the carry.
For 32, that is Noah Hudgens, the guy who just recovered that squib kick.
How about that? And a good carry there. Picked up about 4 yards, make it 2nd and 6.
Something I've noticed tonight, with the success that C.J. Hannon has had on the ground, the Hilltoppers have not utilized Xavier Toms very much. I think he's only had 1 touch.
I only remember 1 touch tonight. Uh-oh. Costa running into a herd of Spartans over on the right side. There's just a huge traffic jam, about like we expected on Highway 74 this week. That really hasn't really happened. They're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain. He ran into the brick wall.
And what's interesting there is if you're going to run an option type of offense, your line has to make some space for you. If the defense is pushing the lineman back into you, that's what causes fumbles. In that case, quarterback Costin was holding the ball, and he looked like he was going to hand it off, but then he struggled to keep it to himself. Probably a good decision.
3rd and 7. Costin, late pitch over here on the near side. Look out, loose. The 35 and tripped up about the 32. That is number 15.
Bryson Gerald.
Bryson Gerald, the junior.
The linebacker also for the Hilltoppers. I don't think, we haven't seen him get a lot of carries. But he was good on that one.
Okay, I thought there was a flag there for a minute, but I can breathe a sigh of relief. There are no penalty flags. Our referee signals first down, so to be 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers at the Spartans 33.
That was a good play by the Hilltoppers. Again, Gerald, not a guy that gets a lot of carries in this offense, but when they pitched out to him, he had plenty of room to work with.
Uh-oh. Whistles blow prior to the snap. Nobody was moving. It's, oh, Lord, another sideline warning.
Oh, boy.
Every time they do that, I feel like, if I could fly to the moon. Now 1st and 10, Constant handing off, first man through on that right side. Looks like maybe the ball came out at the end of that play. Hilltoppers have it, and may have been Hannon on the carry, not sure. There were several down on
C.J. Hannon.
Yeah. Takes it up to the 30, and now I think we're going to have a timeout. Let's see. Official timeout. Oh, we must have Maybe a water break or something here. The officials take this time out. Interesting.
It is a very humid night.
Minute 48 to go in the third quarter. Our score remains South Caldwell 26, RS Central 20. You are listening to High School Football Thursday night.
Computers are a great asset to all, but when they go on the blink, it puts us all in a bad mood. When this happens, be sure to call the professional team of technicians at Connor Computer Consultants. The CCC can get your computer up and going in no time with their excellent in-store repair service. They can also come to your home or place of business. They also offer new machines and laptops, networking equipment, and computer parts. And they're conveniently located at 142 West Court Street in Rutherfordton, or call 287-0003. That's 287-0003.
High School Football Thursday night, WCAB. It is final in Morganton. East Rutherford improves to 5-0. 34-7 Cavaliers over Morganton Patton. Now in the second half of the Hilltoppers, Colston late pitch over on the far side of the field, turning the corner, being chased out of bounds. That is number 22 on the carry for the Hilltoppers.
The Blue Flash, Xavier Toms. Second carry that he's had tonight.
We just mentioned we have not called his name in quite a while.
Well, with what they've had working up the middle with C.J. Hannon and with both Flynn and Costin, can't blame them for deviating from what's been working.
Now, it looks like they have put the ball down at the 25, but indications are they are just, now they signal first down, I believe. Yeah. So now okay, we're going to have to move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 Hilltoppers. The ball is at the South Caldwell 25. Here's Costin, and handing off. And again, same thing, still trying to work through on the right side. And there is late movement that takes it up close to the 15.
It seemed like that whistle blew a little bit later than it usually would.
Yeah, it was like there was one wave and then a second wave.
Also some shoving going on because a Hilltopper lineman came in and leveled, just blindsided one of the linemen for South Caldwell, and he didn't like that very much.
Yeah, they moved it back a little bit to the 17, but that's a gain of 8 on that play. That looked like it was only going to be about 3. This time, Costin keeps it. Late pitch over here. And turning the left corner, whoa! What a hit at the end of the play there, up at about the 7-yard line.
That was Xavier Toms once again catching the pitch. He did a good job to corral that in. Very athletic, one-handed grab. It's a good thing that he hauled it in, too, because that ball was kind of flipped up wildly to avoid a hit.
Yeah.
It would have been very bad if Thompson did not catch it.
Man, he really got hit at the end of that play, but he's all right.
He got sandwiched in between 2 defenders, but it looks like he'll be okay.
It was like Dick's mayonnaise on rye.
Like we said, Xavier Toms, he's a little bit of everything. He's got some durability and strength, so it's going to take more than just one big hit to knock him out.
It's 1st and goal Hilltoppers at the South Caldwell 7. And here's C.J. Hannon fighting his way through. Did he clear? Once again, he looks like he's right at the 1-foot line. How many times tonight have we seen an offensive drive in just short of the goal line?
We've got a South Caldwell player down, and he has not moved. He might be out.
So a Spartan is down on this. When we come back, it's going to be Hilltoppers 2nd and goal, literally inside the 1-yard line. They trail by 6. Spartans leading the Hilltoppers right now, 26-20. And according to the scoreboard, too, the clock has run out here in the third quarter. So let's go ahead and take our end of the quarter break here. Score again, South Caldwell 26, RS Central 20. This is high school football Thursday night.
Guess what I just saw?
An An old girlfriend.
Worse than that, a bunch of bugs crawling from under the fridge. Where's that bug spray?
You can't get to them with that. Here, call Go Forth Services. Here's the number, 287-3188.
I've heard good things about Go Forth Services. I had a buddy that called them to get rid of fire ants.
Absolutely. They've been taking care of people since 1959. David Spillman and his team of trained professionals have been the company to call on for decades. Fourth generation now operating Go Forth Services in Rutherford, Polk, McDowell, upstate South Carolina. They can do it all. Pest control, termites, fire ant control, even wildlife removal, and always free inspection.
I'm loving what I'm hearing. Go Forth, come on out.
Honey, you got to call them first. 287-3188.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what in the world are you eating?
A donut.
A donut? What's in it?
Ice cream.
Ice cream in a donut? What's it called?
What's it called? An ice cream stuffed donut. Duh.
Well, where'd you get it?
Jesse James Railroad Express.
Jesse James Railroad Express. Now, where in the world is that?
That's at 531 Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Let's go get one, folks.
High school football Thursday night. Cliff Palmieri. Hey, bud, we appreciate the updates tonight. Cliff could not make the road trip up here to Hudson because of his work schedule. Miss you. We'll see you next week for sure. Second and go, Hilltoppers diving ahead, and did he clear?
We have a couple of flags, a flag thrown on the play.
And I'm not even sure who it was with the football who tried to take it in.
Are they going to say that's another sideline warning against Central?
Let's see what the call is here.
Made the motion for a sideline warning and then motion towards the Hilltoppers.
Sideline warning against the Hilltoppers. And this time they are going to mark off penalty yardage because of it.
And look,
5 yards.
I believe that is the second one they've called tonight. And the second one, yeah, they will move you back.
Well, let's see. This will be second down and go from the 6. And here goes C.J. Hannon.
Oh, my goodness.
Untouched, and he takes it in, collects the 6 point. That is his, what, 4th touchdown of the night.
He shrugged off those defenders like water beads off the back of a duck on that play. My goodness. The way that he walked in the end zone, it's like they weren't even there. And the thing about it was, he didn't even go just straight forward. He put a foot in the ground, actually did a little cut, and nicely done, C.J. Hannon. Career night for the young man.
And now we'll try to add the point after kick for the Hilltoppers. Here's the place, here's the kick, and is it across? No, it is not.
That is the second time tonight that there was a questionable call on the
point after kick.
For the point after kick. Again, from our perspective, maybe there's something we're not seeing, but that looked like
it looked like it just barely got there, but evidently it did not get over the crossbar in that case. So, we are all tied up. We got a game here tonight in Hudson. 11:50 to go in the 4th quarter. All tied up. South Caldwell, R.S. Central, 26-all. This is high school football Thursday night.
Quality service at a value is what Tri-City Concrete is all about. Whatever the job, big or small, you can always depend on Tri-City Concrete to get the job done professionally. Tri-City Concrete has been serving Rutherford and surrounding counties for over 30 years. Give the hard job to the experts. Call Tri-City Concrete today at 245-2011. Now with 3 convenient locations to serve you, Forest City, Polk County, and in Landrum. So sit back and relax. This month's for you.
High school football Thursday night. Jay Coombs along with Christian Gold, 24 carat. And we're all tied up at 26 apiece. Now here's the kick following Hannah's 6-yard touchdown run, his 4th of the night. And on the return for South Caldwell, Spartans are going to bring it out to their 38-yard line.
That was number 3, Samuel Craig, on the return. Trey Green was there to make the tackle. He stiff-armed Green. Looked like he might be able to break out of the tackle, but Green able to hang on to the jersey and drag him down.
High school football Friday night, the Thursday night edition, being brought to you in part by Sis Family Ford, Insurance Service Associates, Pat Tracy's Barbecue, also by Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, and by Fountain Electric. 1st and 10 Spartans from their own 38. All kinds of movement here before the snap. False start on the Spartans. We'll move them up.
And number 11, Jason Martin, was in there, the passing quarterback, and it had some interesting movement, like you said, before the play, and sometimes things can get a little too interesting and result in a false start.
But the cheese is good.
That is right.
1st and 15, the ball pushed back to the 33-yard line. Got a good game here, all tied up. Going to be a shotgun snap this time. And taking it over on the right side with a little bit of a hole, bringing it up to the 41-yard line. That is Kirby, Isaiah Kirby on the carry.
That's got to be one of the biggest gaps that either line has been able to open up tonight. It seems like both of the RS sides of the defensive line were just completely on the sides of that play.
So now the ball being placed down to 41. This will be second down about 7. Here's a pass over on the far side of the field. It's caught over there. Chased down, knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. But a great catch there. And I think he was maybe knocked into the bench.
Oh, my. That was a hard hit to drive him out of bounds by number 45, Ken Hines III, another freshman for the Hilltoppers, by the way.
And the receiver here, I think he ran right into the bench. He is hurt over there on the far side of the field, and the trainers from both teams taking a look. When he got knocked out of bounds, evidently he went right into that table or that bench. And now they're going to help him up, it looks like. Looks like he's going to be okay, but man, what a way to end the play. That is number 3 for South Caldwell. That's Samuel Craig, the senior. And he is going to come back over now to the sidelines. But after he caught that pass, he got knocked out of bounds and looked like he ended up right in the bench or the table. And that had to sting a little bit.
That was a very well-run play-action pass there because he had a couple of runners going to the left, and then the quarterback, meanwhile, keeps the ball, rolls out to the right, and there's just nobody there to defend number 3.
11:02 to go in the contest, all tied up at 26 apiece. It'll be 1st and 10, Spartans at the Hilltoppers, 43. They move from right to left here in the 4th and final quarter. Quarterback is going to fake the handoff. He's looking for a quick little lob pass. It's caught at the 40 and brought down from behind just inside the 35. That's
we have a flag on the play now.
That was McSwain, Chase McSwain. On the tackle. Let's see what the penalty could be. Could hope for a holding. Officials having a conference to discuss the matter. They are going to wave off the flag. Now that looks to me like it may be just enough. Let's see where they put the ball down, but I think it looks like he's got enough for a first down. Now, it's going to need a measurement. Officials take time out, but evidently not going to be for a measurement. Okay, so
another the chains out.
Oh, okay, so maybe they do want the chains. Both teams go huddle up. Both go to their side of the field, but they will stretch out the chain. First time tonight that the chain gang has come out onto the field. And the indication here is...
appears to be just short.
Yep, it looks like it is just short of the first down.
Inches short, but short nonetheless.
So I believe that'll be second down coming up here momentarily.
The Hilltoppers are going to have to start adjusting their game plan a little bit because South Caldwell, we're seeing them pass the ball a lot more. And when you're a team that constantly pounds the ball, runs the ball, gets the opponent's eyes in the backfield, when you start throwing in some play action, you can get some wide open looks and some easy yards. And that's something the Hilltoppers are going to have to defend against.
This is almost looking like a night the team that scores last is going to be the one that comes away with the W tonight. Second down, less than a yard to go. Maybe a quarterback keeper, let's see. Nope, going to hand off. And trying to come out here to left. Oh, Kirby breaks loose. Jersey tackle will not stop him. And he turns back the opposite direction towards the middle of the field, takes it up to the 25, has more than enough for the Spartans' first down.
Ken Hines, the third, in there trying to make the tackle, but runner just kept his feet moving and was able to power through.
First and 10 Spartans at the Hilltoppers 25. Quarterback's going to keep it himself this time. He finds a kick all over and on the left side. Touchdown, Spartans.
I got to give credit where credit's due. That was an excellent play call by South Caldwell because they had number 11 out on the field, which is Jason Martin, usually the passing quarterback, but he turns it around and tucks it and runs, and there was just enough space in there. He didn't have to go very far. I can tell he doesn't quite have the wheels of the other quarterback, but there was just enough space and just enough surprise from the Hilltopper defense to give him a wide-open lane for the touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we didn't think that Jason Martin could run, he has just proven us wrong.
Maybe not quite as fast as number 12, but he can run when you need him to.
Now they once again will try for a 2-point conversion, and scampering over to the far side and getting in there for the 2 points to take an 8-point lead for the Spartans. I believe that is number 13 there who took it in for the 2-point conversion. And number 13 for the South Caldwell Spartans is Malachi Sumner. So the 2 points. And just like that, South Caldwell picks up an 8-point lead. We have 10:13 to go on the clock. And it is now South Caldwell 34, RS Central 26. You are listening to High School Football Thursday night.
With today's hurry-up and undependable world, you need an insurance agency that will give you excellent service. Maxwell B. Hamrick Agency delivers the security and service that you're looking for. You'll always be in good hands with Hamrick Insurance. They offer auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. They are an independent agency with 3 locations to conveniently serve you: Main Street in Boiling Springs, Lafayette Street in Shelby, and Huntley Street in Spindale. Call Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance today at 286-2384.
25-yard touchdown run from the quarterback of South Caldwell. And the 2-point taken into the far side of the end zone gives the Spartans an 8-point lead with just over 10 minutes to go. Now the kick. This one going to be taken by the Hilltoppers at about the 20. Now cutting back across the field, far side, looking for some daylight, finds a little bit of running room over there. Going to bring it up across the 30 and maybe up close to the 35. And a penalty flag is down way back at about the 20.
Looks like that one. The ref briefly motioned that it might be against the Hilltoppers. It may be for a block in the back.
We got another flag that was thrown up here about 10 yards farther upfield. See.
They're going to call holding on the Hilltoppers.
No, I think it's personal foul against the Hilltoppers, too. 2 penalties against the Hilltoppers. Yikes.
I believe I saw what they were going to get for the personal foul, although it's a little bit iffy because of the angle at which he hit the block. I suppose they decided to err on the safe side with the penalty there. That's going to put the Hilltoppers in a bit of a hole, but with the way they've been moving the ball tonight, if they can keep that up and keep that same tenacity going, that same physicality going, they shouldn't have a problem here.
Okay, they're still trying to figure out where to put the football. I think that may have been an illegal block. Yes, an illegal block. Block in the back, and then also We got the personal foul. Okay, so where is they're still trying to figure out where to put the football down. Let's see. Is it inside the 10?
That's just...
Holy cow.
I don't think it was intentional. I think that they thought there was a potential for a big play, and one of the central blockers tried to make a big block, but just not able to do it well enough.
This ends up back in like the 7-yard line. 1st and 10, and I don't know, nothing happens here on 1st and 10. Huge pile up, and I don't think that's C.J. Hannon on the bottom of the pile, and maybe a yard. That would be generous.
I think in this situation, might be a good idea for Hutchins to dip into the bag of tricks a little bit, maybe spread the ball out, get it in the hands of an athlete like Xavier Tom. But we'll see how they decide to handle it.
I don't know, but this is the deepest I think Central has been in South Caldwell's into the field all night. 2nd and 9 from the 8-yard line. Here's Constant on the keeper. The freshman quarterback tries to get out to the near side, the right. Picked up 2. Well, they've gotten it up to the 10, but that's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Costin looked like he might have a bit of room, but it closed up very quickly.
Also going to have to start watching the clock. We're down to just under 9 minutes to go. It is an 8-point South Caldwell lead. Hilltoppers have played well tonight, but right now, the clock, not a friend. And the field position, definitely not a friend. This is big here. 3rd and 7, Hilltoppers. And here's Costin rolling back, showing pass. He's going to, overthrown, just overthrown, incomplete. And a man there at the 40-yard line.
That was Trey Green, looks like, who went up for the pass. If it had been a little bit more on target, I feel like he had a good chance to make that catch. Looks like the Hilltoppers are going to end up punting here.
And this is a dangerous punt, because we will be punting from our end zone. And a very dangerous punt coming up here. 8:28 to go in the 4th. Flags come out. Here's the punt, though. It's a good one. Out to about the 40-yard line. And now on the return, getting back to the near side, up at the 30. Inside the 30, and then about 4 Hilltopper defenders take him down at the 28.
Alongside another flag thrown in towards the other side of the field.
So now we have multiple penalty flags again. Now the one that was thrown is back in the vicinity of the punter. Did anybody run into the punter?
Well, the flag, it looked like, was thrown before the punt was gotten off. So
illegal procedure against the Hilltoppers. And then illegal block against South Caldwell, and it will offset. And so I think they'll re-kick. They'll get the down over, let's put it that way.
Well, this punt's dangerous not only because of the position the Hilltoppers back up inside their own end zone. They're kicking to some dangerous athletes. They had number 13 out there, but it looks like they've got number 6 now to return the punt.
Yeah, and regardless, South Caldwell should end up with the football on Hilltoppers into the field. RS Central wants to take a timeout. Coach Hutchins wants to talk about this. 8:12 to go. 34-26. Spartans leading the Hilltoppers. This is high school football Thursday night.
Your number one source for used, damaged, insurance auction, rebuildable auto parts, Robbins Auto Parts, 1875 Harris Henrietta Road, Henrietta. Robbins Auto Parts is a family-owned and operated business by Marty and Terry Robbins. Professional experience in auto parts since 1960. Call on Robbins Auto Parts, 657-5732, or visit them at www.robbinsautoparts.com.
High school football Thursday night, WCAB Rutherford 100.9 FM, 590 AM, and our coverage brought to you in part by Spindale Mulch, Robbins Auto Parts, Fountain Electric, and by Maxwell Insurance Agency. Also, our thanks to McCurry Deck Motors and and to Don's Italian Restaurants. Among our family of sponsors. Once again, now the punt attempt. Ooh, this is even better. This one is going to come back out, and the Hilltoppers are going to be able to down this at midfield at the 50. A great job by the Hilltoppers.
That was probably the highest hanging punt that either team's had all night long. And when you have a punt that hangs up in the air like that, you're able to let your defenders get down there right in the face of the returner. And it doesn't matter how dangerous that returner is. Mostly when you're in that position, you're just going to let it go, and that's a good punt.
I think that's Nick McDaniel, who takes on the punting duties as well.
Right.
That was a beauty. That was really good.
Punting and kicking.
1st and 10 for the Spartans from midfield. Quarterback is going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. And he takes off over on the right side. And he picks it up to the 41. A gain of 9 by the quarterback, Rayner.
We got a South Caldwell player down now. It looks like number 13, Malachi Sumner, is on the ground.
High school football Thursday night being brought to you in part by Jesse James Express, Railroad Avenue in Rutherford. Also by Tri-City Concrete, Connor Computer Service, Gulfports, Termite Pest Control and Services, and by Andrew Tisdale of Edward Jones. I also want to give thanks to Fat Tracy's Barbecue. I actually ate lunch there today, but everybody had been telling me, I said, I love the barbecue. And they said, well, that's good. You need to try one of the burgers. Today, for the first time ever, I had the bacon cheeseburger. This is one of the best burgers I've had in quite a while.
That from Fat Tracy's, you said?
Yeah. It really, everything I've had there is pretty darn good.
I'd have to check it out for myself sometime.
Now, I have a hard time getting over there, of course, on Friday nights for ribs.
Huh.
But, you know, if somebody can put away the ribs, Mr. Friday night, Thursday night can do it, fans. I like my pork ribs.
So number 13, Malachi Sumner is making his way off the field now. Got a slight limp, but it looks like he's going to be all right.
It is 2nd and 1 for South Caldwell at the Hilltoppers 41. And here we go on the reverse this time around. And coming to this side, Hilltoppers not really full. There's Trey Green in on the stop. It is number 2 on the carry. That is Austin Rayner.
It looked like they may have a little something there, and they did gain a decent little chunk of yardage, but...
And enough to pick up the first down.
Trey Green in there to make the stop, but it looks like he's holding his arm a little bit now. May have a bit of a stinger.
So the ball up to the 39. So they do get enough yardage. And with 7:20 to go, get a first down, and that clock is starting to become their friend.
The Hilltoppers, a lot of their defenders have got their hands on their hips. Looks like the fatigue is starting to set in. They've got to stay disciplined here.
Here's the quarterback rolling out to the right, looking for a pass attempt. It's caught over the far side of the field, then pushed out of bounds. No, strike loose. The ball comes out, and it looks like the Hilltoppers may, yes, Hilltoppers have recovered, but they have recovered. I don't know if it's in the end zone. If so, it would be a touchback, and that actually would be better than if it's there at the 1 yard line. So I'm waiting an indication here. The pass was caught by number 2, Rayner, over there, but the ball was knocked away from him as he took off down the far sideline. I almost wish it would have been recovered in the end zone for the touchback, because it looks like they have put the ball down at the 2 yard line.
Regardless, that was the type of play the Hilltoppers needed right there. It looked like they were going to give up a big touchdown, but at the very end, I couldn't tell which defender it was, but they were able to smack the ball out of their shades of Charles Peanut Tillman, former Chicago Bears legend cornerback. And Hilltoppers able to recover it.
Christian Gold able to get one Chicago Bears reference in tonight.
There's always a way, Jay.
1st and 10, Hilltoppers from their 2 yard line. Look at the hole here. This is opening up for C.J. Hannon, who takes it up to the 11 for 9 yards.
C.J. Hannon with another nice cut there, able You know, he doesn't get a lot of movement on him, but he gets just enough to shake out a defender, and he's been an absolute workhorse tonight for the Hilltoppers.
So they say that was enough, and so it must have been at the 1 yard line because they say he picked up the first down, and the ball is at the 11. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. Hannon with 4 touchdowns tonight, all 4 of the Hilltoppers scores. And maybe he's like, hey, come on, I've got 4 on the books tonight. We're going to come back up the field. Uh-oh, whistles at the snap. Action's dead.
Ball start on the Hilltoppers.
Got to back them up 5. They'll get the down over 1st and 15. As they back it up to what, about the 6?
Hilltoppers can't let this demoralize them. They've got to come out and play hard and open up some holes for whoever the running back is going to be.
Rutherford County fans, I wish you could see, keep in mind the South Caldwell team coming in tonight 0-3, but the home side of the field, it's crowded. Folks are still here to support their team even though they're 0-3. 1st and 15, and this time around, Hampton trying to work the right side. Not much daylight there. He picked up some of that lost yardage back up, probably about the 10, so a gain of 4 by C.J. Hannon.
It is only 2nd down, so they do still have some downs to work with.
And now it will make it 2nd and 11. Down to 5:25, though. That clock is running, and we'll keep running with these running plays. A long way to come up the field still. Here's Costin. And then the late pitch over on the far side. And the ball loose again. And now it looks like the Spartans have recovered it. And
bit of a scrum for it.
Yeah, and it went out of bounds. We'll have to wait and see.
If the ball had rolled out of bounds before somebody kept possession of it, the Hilltoppers will
should still be the Hilltoppers ball, and it will be.
That was a scary play. The pitch got fumbled a bit, picked up by the Hilltopper. He was trying to, I guess, evade a tackle. He got wrapped up. The ball squirted out of the one hand he had it in. It's those types of plays that raise your blood pressure.
3rd down coming up here for Central. They have about 11 to go. This could be the game. 4:20 to go. Clock is running. They break huddle.
They may treat it like 4-down territory here.
Well, you may have to because this may be their last opportunity. Costin, the freshman quarterback, now take timeout. He's going to be taken by the Hilltoppers. Yes. Clock stops with 4:09 to go in the game. It's an 8-point, 34-26 South Caldwell lead over the Hilltoppers. It'll be 3rd and 10 when we come back for RS Central here on high school football Thursday night.
Since 1946, Fountain Electric has been a leading electrical contractor for this region and proud to announce we're growing. With their continued loyal service to our local community from the location in Spindale, they now have offices in Charlotte, Asheville, and Hickory. Fountain Electric not only provides outstanding electrical services, but jobs as well. For information about job openings and the type of people they seek to hire, please visit the website at fountanelectric.com/careers. Fountain Electric and Services, proud to be locally owned and locally grown.
High school football Thursday night. Hilltoppers trailing by 8. This may, depends on what they decide to do, but this is 3rd and 10 from their own 10-yard line with 4:08 left to go.
Hilltoppers have Gerald lined up out wide.
Costin rolling back under a little bit of pressure. Look out. Breaks loose. No, he's going to go down for about a yard loss.
He was looking to pass there, but he felt the pressure immediately, tried to evade it, but he just was not able to.
Yeah, I think the line is wearing down a bit for the Hilltoppers. The freshman quarterback not getting a lot of time in the pocket.
And they do have the punt team out, so they're going to...
I'm surprised.
They're going to trust their defense. who overall has played well tonight, but the defense has given up some big plays here recently.
But only 3.5 minutes ago, this one goes really high, and it takes a South Caldwell bounce when it hits, and this is going to leave the Spartans with a great field position at the 23-yard line. They take off with the football. They thought that it had not been whistled. It had not been down, but yes, the official says it is dead here at the 23.
This is another tough test here for a young Hilltoppers team with a young freshman quarterback in. And, I mean, this defense, I know game's worn on pretty long. Both teams have worn each other out. But if you're RS Central, you got to come up with just maybe one or two more big plays here. Defense has made a couple. We'll see if they can do it.
3:21 left to go. That's the highway right outside the stadium here. Here's the quarterback finding a hole as he cuts in, out, now cuts out, and along the near sideline, touchdown, 25-yard touchdown run. That is Jason Martin.
That looked like the exact same play which he scored on running the ball earlier.
Yeah, 25-yard and 25-yard.
Once again, it surprised them. Again, he had enough room to run there, and he was able to, again, not the fastest guy in the world from what I can see, but when you're able to find the lanes and there's nobody around to touch you, you don't have to be that fast. Another touchdown for Jason Martin.
And once again, they'll go for 2 points. Here's a snap to Rayner at quarterback. Rayner is going to keep it. Rayner dives, and he's in for the 2 points.
That just put a lot more pressure on these Hilltoppers.
Oh, yeah, I think that almost seals it.
They've got to have a chance. They've got to open up the playbook. Running the ball inside is not going to cut it anymore at this point.
So with another 8 points, Spartans increase their lead. It's now South Caldwell 42, RS Central 26. We'll hold it right here for the kick after that 25-yard touchdown run, 2 in a row from quarterback Jason Martin of South Caldwell, and 2 successful 2-point conversions back-to-back. So the fans here in Hudson are happy that their team looks like they're on their way to their first win of the season against 3 losses.
There are over 3 minutes left to play in the game, and as we know, anything can happen, but the Hilltoppers have got to get something going on this drive. Preferably score quick, maybe attempt an onside kick.
Okay, I like that idea.
We'll have to see if the Hilltoppers can score quickly, though.
That's the key.
Their offense doesn't exactly lend itself to that very well.
No, they have never showed us hurry up. And now it's going to take a hurry up. So here's the kick with 3:13 to go. And the Hilltoppers going to take this from the 24. Now cutting out to the far side of the field, trying to turn the corner, looking for some blockers. Trying to cut back opposite direction. That's going to be tackled right there about the 25.
That was Francis on the return. He actually fumbled the ball, bobbled it twice, getting a little bit absent-minded with the carrying, trying to make something happen. You've got to hold on to the football, otherwise this game definitely will be over.
Yeah, the clock stops momentarily here, 3:04, and there's somebody down over there?
Looks like a South Caldwell player.
It is a Spartan down way over on the far side of the field, but
one of the ones on the tackle of Marlon Francis.
This could be cramps because they are stretching his leg.
Pickle juice, anyone?
Yeah, Cliff's not available this week, fans. No pickle juice. Cliff, miss you. Be back on the air with us next Friday night. Oh, yeah, he's definitely, I think, got a cramp because you can tell by the way he's walking.
You got the half penguin step going on.
Yeah. I may be wrong, but if that doesn't look like a severe cramp. Now, the ball is on the 25-yard line, and the Hilltoppers have 3 minutes, 4 seconds left up on the clock, but They trail now 42-26.
Maybe utilize a little bit of the play-action pass. Steal a page from South Caldwell's playbook.
No kidding. That has worked well with their quarterback quickly picking up 2 25-yard touchdown runs. Bam, bam, back to back. Here we go on 1st and 10. Here's the pitch. Constant over here near side, and whoa, driven out of bounds hard at the end of the play.
That was number 22 on the pitch, Xavier Toms. Only the 3rd carry he's had all night long with how dominant C.J. Hannon has been. But I think he might be the better option if you're looking for an explosive big play.
He picked up about 3, or more than that, about almost 7 on that play.
He got out of bounds. So I'm not sure that affects the clock with more than 2 minutes left.
And here's Constant with the pitch. There's number 15 taking off over the far side of the field. Has a block. Picks up the 1st down and keeps this drive alive.
Now Bryson Jarrell on the carry.
Takes it across the 45. Looks like he's going to be up to the 46, 47.
He's limping around. Looks like he might go off the field. That's enough to move the chains, but Hilltopper's got to keep it going, keep that offense in a hurry-up mode.
Clock stops momentarily with 2:47 to go. Hilltoppers trailing now by 16 points. They've had the lead a couple of times here tonight. Of course, they also had the lead at the half last week against Canton Pisgah. Would say that they certainly have scored points here tonight in the 3rd and 4th quarters, whereas last week they could not score anything in the 2nd half. And we do have a momentary, somebody called timeout, probably the Hilltoppers.
Well, Gerald was kind of limping off the field. He was hurt, although it didn't look that serious.
So now I think we're ready to resume action. 1st and 10. Hilltoppers from their own 47. Send a barrels to the near side. Let's see if Constant's going to, nope, he's going to keep it. Oh, he finds some running room. 45, 40, comes back, look, 45, 30, 25. Finally going to be flat out of bounds at about the 24, 23-yard line.
What a run by Jaden Costin. He made a man miss with a sharp cut, was able to find some extra yardage by cutting back up inside, and most importantly, he got out of bounds at the end of that play.
We have a final in from Avondale tonight. Guess what? The Griffins did win. And they won in a big way tonight over Calhoun Falls, South Carolina Charter. Looks like the final score tonight, 49-18, Griffins.
So that's victories on the night now for the Griffins and for the Cavaliers.
To both stay undefeated. 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. Here's Costin keeping it. This time on the left side. Has daylight. At the 15, 10, 5. Tackled inside the 5.
We've got to hurry back up to the line here and punch this in quickly. But look at the moves on Jaden Costin.
Yeah, all of a sudden he is showing his running ability.
And most importantly, he's still a freshman. Future looking even brighter every time we broadcast these Hilltopper games.
1st and go at the South Caldwell 3. 2 minutes to go. Oh, come on, guys. Get up to the line of scrimmage.
I got to see some urgency out there.
Yes. Do it. Do it. Punch it in. Oh, taking way too much time off the clock. Handoff is to Hannon. C.J.
He's in.
He's in for the score.
What is that, 5 touchdowns now?
5 touchdowns for C.J. Hannon. This one a 3-yarder. And so the Hilltoppers, hey, not out of it yet.
Costin playing set-up man on that one, and C.J. just punctuating the drive with a power run. And it looks like, of course, the Hilltopper offense going to stay out on the field for this 2-point conversion.
Well, they're going to have to because South Caldwell's gotten 2 2-point conversions. Bam, bam, back-to-back. So now we need to see if Central can collect a 2-point, close this to an 8-point gap with, only a minute 45 left up on the clock.
They have to get this 2-point conversion.
Yes. Got to have this. Costin's going to keep it himself. Oh, the football! It looked like he was going to make it into the end zone, and the ball got popped out, and it fails. The 2-point try is no good.
Even if the Hilltoppers recover it, that play's over, and Unless something absolutely crazy happens, unless some miracle of fate intervenes, this game may very well be over.
Hilltoppers do pick up another 6 points, and got to give credit to C.J. Hannon. He has had an incredible game tonight. That was his 5th touchdown of the night. So a minute 45 left up on the clock. South Caldwell 42, RS Central 32. This is high school football Friday night.
Getting ready for deer season doesn't have to be burdensome with your friends standing by to help. Farmer's Friend, feed, seed, and supply in Rutherford. Deer corn, $7 for a 50-pound bag. Cob corn, $8. Peanut deer mix, $12.99 for the 50-pound bag. Sugar beet, $25 for 3 pounds. All your deer season preparation is now available at Farmer's Friend, feed, seed, and supply. Check out the best price for Kills Weed Killer, $47.99 for 2.5 gallons. Farmer's Friend, feed, seed, and supply, 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton.
High school football Thursday night edition of what would normally be high school football Friday night. Of course, a lot of the games moved up in the area because of the threat of Hurricane Florence. We have heard no new updates concerning that. Of course, being here tonight at the ball game, certainly we'll get updated as we get back home tonight. But I think, folks, we have to keep our eyes on it. Looks like we could be in for a considerable amount of rainfall, possibly beginning as early as tomorrow night in the area. So here in Hudson, a minute 45 to go, 10-point lead for South Caldwell. And that's the amount of time left up on the clock, 1:45. Been a competitive game here tonight, been a good game. Of course, the key news for Central, the injury to starting quarterback Bryson Flynn. Tried the onside kick, tried to get the hop, actually got the bounce, but right into one of the Spartans, who covers it up wisely, and Spartans will take a 1st and 10 from their 43-yard line.
Of course, you expect the South Caldwell offense to just have a couple of runs here, run the clock out. Central does have 1 timeout left, but
not much time.
It's not going to make that big of a difference.
Now, what I would like to see is defensive, though. Let's not let them have any more points.
Still go after the football, of course.
Yes. Here's a handoff. Isaiah Kirby is loose. Oh, no. Over here, and he is going to beat the last man to go the distance. 57 yards in for the Spartans touchdown.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the dagger.
Kirby scoring for South Caldwell. He has multiple touchdowns tonight.
Good blocking on the play, but at the same time, it looked like the RS Central defensive line was not fighting that hard to get off their blocks. But this has been a good game all night long. Credit to both teams for how they played, especially with RS Central losing their starting quarterback. But you got to play the entire game. I mean, I don't care what the situation is. I want to see guys out there, playing hard all the way.
Okay, here's Rayner, quarterback. He's going to keep it himself, try to scoot in for the 2 points, and yep, he's in. So they pick up another 2-point conversion. And add 8, that's going to give South Caldwell a total of 50 points. RS Central, 32. This is high school football Thursday night.
At McCurry Deck Motors, you can browse a selection of vehicles that includes all of the top models in Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC lineups. The McCurry Deck Motors lineup of vehicles checks all the boxes, ensuring that they will have the perfect vehicle for any car shopper that visits their lot. Come visit and see what's in store for you and your family with the McCurry Deck quality reputation of fair deals and customer service. Try the Chevy. Find new roads with Chevy. At McCurry Deck Motors, we're the home of Chevy, Buick, and GMC. 1740 U.S. Highway 74A, Forest City.
High school football Thursday night. Broadcasting live via Verizon Wireless. It's been quite a game here tonight. And been a very close, competitive game up until the fourth quarter. Central even with a lead several times here tonight. But once again, Bryson Flynn, starting quarterback, injured in the first half. Weight has fallen on the hands of the freshman quarterback, Austin. And now, South Caldwell with an 18-point lead once again, 50-32, minute 35 to go. Here's the kick, and this one goes sailing out of bounds about the 35-yard line.
And while the score is 50-32, this game, it looks like, is over. The one thing about that for the Hilltoppers is now you're free to try whatever plays you want without any inhibition. Of course, still take care of the football, but maybe practice some stuff that you don't get to practice as much in a game situation.
Tough game tonight for the Hilltoppers. They've come so close so many times this season.
This is a young team that's still figuring out how to win, and this is part of the process.
The ball is placed at their 40. First and 10, Hilltoppers. Costume, the quarterback, rolling to his right, near side, fires and out of bounds, incomplete. Clock will stop with a minute 28 to go.
That was just blanket coverage across the board for South Caldwell. That was the smart play by Costume, just to throw it out of bounds. Don't try to force anything.
Hilltoppers will fall to 1-4. Certainly not what Coach Hutchins had wanted here in the early season, but they have been in pretty much every game up to this point.
One thing that we haven't mentioned, I don't think, is that keep in mind South Caldwell is, I believe, a 4A team, at the very least a big 3A team.
And now on 2nd and 10, here's Constant on the keeper, tries to cut out to the far side, the left side, but no daylight, no gain on the play. So the clock now continues to run, minute 15 to go. So it'll be a rare Friday night, but we'll have no high school football on the radio tomorrow evening. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Coach Larry Guppy walking down the stairs now. His night is done as far as play calling goes.
Now Constant keeps the football, rolls to the right, has some running room, going to pick up a first down, and Constant actually picks up 14, taking it up to the South Caldwell 46.
He had 2 or 3 guys hanging on his back and still had enough strength to shove the guy in front of him out of the way with a forearm.
And that's pretty impressive for a not very tall freshman.
Imagine how much of a beast he's going to be given a couple more years in the weight room.
If he will take advantage of it. First and 10, Hilltoppers. Could be the last play or close to it. 38 seconds to go. Snap, constant pitch. Over on the right side, look out, running room here. That is number 15, picking up a quick 9 yards. And that would be Gerald.
Try to run one more play just for the heck of it.
Let's see if they'll be able to get it off in time. We're down to 16 seconds, clock running. I think they will try one more.
Like one more.
2nd and 1 at the South Caldwell 37. And Constant rolling back, looking way up the field, and it is almost picked off, falls incomplete, and that will be the ball game tonight here in Hudson. Final score, South Caldwell 50, RS Central 32. We'll be back momentarily with the 5th quarter. Our post-game show is coming up next here on the high school football Thursday night.
Hello, this is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. Are you on disability? Or maybe you're on Medicare? Or maybe both? Come see me, Dwayne Hunt at Insurance Service Associates, about a Medicare Advantage product brought to you by Humana. Please give me a call, 245-5301 at Insurance Service Associates, 127 East Trade Street, Forest City.
One of the Carolinas' leading bark mulch manufacturers is Spindale Wholesale Mulch Company, 325 Spindale Street. They can accommodate any mulch project you may have. They carry single ground hardwood mulch, double ground pine bark mulch, color enriched hardwood mulch, organic topsoil, organic compost, mushroom compost, premium potting mixes, aged pine bark, and best start garden soil. These mulches are high-quality Appalachian bark that is blended for the best performance. Spindale Wholesale Mulch also carries rock, stone, gravel. Great prices, guaranteed. See them today, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 until noon. Phone them, 287-3561. It's time for you to test drive the affordable, fuel-efficient Ford Fusion from Sisk Family Ford in Forest City. Family-owned Sisk Ford can put you into the car you want with a payment plan you can appreciate. If it's a truck you want, get the Ford truck that's breaking records in sales. Ask about why the sales department is being bragged on with each and every sale that they make. They love your business at Sisk Family Ford, and it shows. New and used automobiles and an award-winning service department makes Sisk Family Ford the choice for so many. Step up to Ford today. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
So I'll have those next time. Hey, we're back. High school football Thursday night. Welcome into the fifth quarter. It's our post-game show as we broadcast live tonight via Verizon Wireless from Hudson, up in Caldwell County, where South Caldwell has defeated RS Central tonight. Quite an interesting game, 50-32. Man, we have covered some high-scoring games this season. That's 82 points on the scoreboard here tonight. Man, this could be the year not only of the underclassmen, but also of the high-scoring games, as we've had quite a few already this season. Let's quickly recap the scoring. First of all, let me go to the scoreboard. Other two games are both final. We mentioned both remain undefeated after tonight. East Rutherford 5-0 for the first time since 1992. Cavaliers traveled over to Morganton. They defeated Patton by a score of 34-7. Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy improves to 4-0 tonight. Griffins with a big 49-18 win over Calhoun Falls Charter. South Carolina had a running clock when they were still in the first quarter tonight in Avondale. Well, here at the half, South Caldwell was leading the Hilltoppers by 5, 18-13. Hilltoppers took the lead with 7.5 minutes to go in the third. C.J. Hannon, his third touchdown of the night, a 1-yard touchdown run. Point after kick by McDaniel, good. And the Hilltoppers took a 2-point, 20-18 lead. Then with 4:05 to go in the third quarter, South Caldwell took the lead back. Quarterback Avery Rayner, quarterback keeper, a 2-yard touchdown run. Isaiah Kirby adds the 2-point conversion, and it was 26-20 in favor of the Spartans. That was the score at the end of the third. Well, then in the fourth quarter, right at the beginning, 11:50 to go, RS Central, 6-yard touchdown run from C.J. Hannon, his fourth of the night. Point after kick by McDaniel is good, and it was tied up, 26 apiece. South Caldwell would take the lead back for good with 10:13 to go in the fourth quarter. Their other quarterback, Jason Martin, his first of two 25-yard touchdown runs. They got the 2-point conversion this time around, and the Spartans were leading by 8, 34-26. But then, 7 minutes later, with 3:13 to go in the fourth, Jason Martin did it again, like a repeat. Another 25-yard touchdown run. Rayner takes it in for the 2-point conversion, and South Caldwell jumped out by 16, 42-26. Hilltoppers would make it interesting with 1:45 to go. C.J. Hannon takes it in for a 2-yard touchdown run, his fifth touchdown of the evening. Went for 2 points, but that failed. Closed the gap to 10. It was 42-32 in favor of the Spartans. And then the Spartans would seal the deal with 1:35 to go in the fourth quarter. It was Isaiah Kirby, 57 yards up the field for the touchdown. Rayner goes in to collect the 2-point conversion. Brings us to the final score tonight. South Caldwell 50, RS Central 32. Hilltoppers fall to 1-4, but as we mentioned, getting a lot of props here tonight. Last week, Hilltoppers are playing well. They just need to play a bit better to come away with the victory. I feel like they are so close to doing that with this team. Of course, key tonight, in case you missed it, starting quarterback Bryson Flynn injured in the first half. He did not return, and we are not sure about the severity of his injury or what this may mean in the games to come. Let's take a quick look at next week, and on the calendar, well, it certainly doesn't get any easier for the Hilltoppers because next Friday night they will travel to Bakersville to face the Mitchell Mountaineers. Very, very good team up there. Open date next week for East Rutherford, so the Cavaliers go into the open date undefeated 5-0. Chase next week back in action after having an open date this week. Trojans will travel up to Brevard. And for the Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy Griffins, with a 4-0 start, they open up conference play next week. We will be at that game in Avondale as our feature game of the week to see how the Griffins fare against a much improved Cherville Ironman team to open up Southern Piedmont Conference action. Of course, more teams in that conference, they get the conference season started a bit earlier than in the 6-team Southwestern Conference. We have one bit of business left to take care of on this high school football Friday night. Wonder what that could possibly be. Oh, yeah. Somebody is going to be our WCAB player of the game. And do I really even have to think much about this one? I think not. Hey, what can you say when you have a young man who collects all 5 of your touchdowns in a single game? I think you got to say congratulations in a big way. Number 24 of the Hilltoppers, C.J. Hannon, 5'10", 235-pound junior. C.J. Hannon, congratulations. You are this week's WCAB Player of the Game. You'll be receiving a beautiful plaque courtesy of Christy Carlisle at KC Lancasters. CJ, you can look forward to that. And not the result we'd like to have in the end tonight, but nonetheless, very good effort, very good game for the most part from the Hilltoppers, and so close tonight, but just couldn't quite seal the deal. So congratulations to C.J. Hannon. First time that he has received our WCAB Player of the Game award. So, on a week that has been moved up because of the threat of inclement weather, we have 2 victories to report tonight for the county teams. Unfortunately, here in Hudson, news not good, as South Caldwell holds off RS Central 50-32. Cliff Palmieri could not be with us tonight due to his work schedule and the fact it is an away game, a road trip. Christian, been great having you back on the radio this week. You're welcome anytime, you know. All you got to do is just say, I'm up for it.
Oh, yeah. If I'm not busy this next Friday, I plan to join you guys in Avondale for that TJ game. I haven't gotten to see Thomas Jefferson at all this year. In fact, RS is the only team in the county that I've been able to see.
But you are being deprived. You're going to have to see some of the other, because all of our teams this year have a lot of good things.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I want to say about this game tonight. I know a 50-32 final in a game that really was much closer than the final score might indicate. I know that there's been some discouragement over the years with, is that a word? I don't know. But,
yeah, we've been discouraged a lot.
Discouragement with the RS Central fan base. Believe me, I'm a graduate, I know, but this is a very young team with a lot of really good talent. We saw a lot of it on display tonight, particularly from the freshman quarterback, Costin. Xavier Toms. I mean, there's so many names out there. If you're not excited about the potential of this RS Central program, maybe not this year, but next year, the year after, there's plenty of reason to be excited for Hilltopper football going forward. And the same can be said for Chase Trojan fans, as they're in a very similar situation with a brand new head coach, Coach Hutchins, of course, in his second year, and a freshman quarterback. And, of course, plenty of reason to be excited for the future and this year for Thomas Jefferson and East Rutherford, who are both undefeated. But as far as just this game goes, really, I think the biggest difference in this game, the teams played pretty even, but South Caldwell just was able to rip off more of the big plays. And Central, they had some good plays and some chunk plays, but they were never really able to get those really big, back-breaking touchdown runs or passes like South Caldwell was able to get. And when those keep happening over the course of a game, especially with a younger team that hasn't quite figured things out completely yet, it can be very discouraging. I think we saw great progress from the Hilltoppers tonight. We found out that this offense can be a pretty high-scoring offense. Very excited for all of the county teams going forward, even though tonight RS didn't get the best results. Basically just saying, be excited for Rutherford County football this year and in years to come.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of positives, no doubt about it. Nobody is getting totally blown out of the water like we've had in previous seasons. I think it's fair to say, too, tonight, with the extreme humidity, I think fatigue did take a bit of a factor here tonight. Defense for the Hilltoppers have felt like played much, much better the first half, but in the second half, you just kind of got the feeling that, hey, they're wearing down a bit.
That's something that we might start seeing with Rutherford County teams, too, particularly for Chase and Central. If the teams start having a little bit of success, if there starts to be some energy around the program, then you'll get some more people to come out on the team. You'll find some more talent, and that just feeds into being able to sub guys out, keep people fresh. That's how, it's a building process, and RS and Chase both still early on in that process, but they are making progress. It starts, like they say, everybody wants to be with a winner. They're taking steps to being winners, I feel.
I'm sorry, the cheese has been taken away.
Oh, yeah.
If you come next Friday night, I'll try to bring cheese, okay? We'll fix you up.
That cheese was amazing. probably the best thing about tonight.
Hey, we certainly want to say thanks to our reporters out and about tonight. Chris Clark, who kept us up to date on the East Rutherford at Morganton Patton game. Also, our thanks to Jacob Conley for the updates from Avondale as TJ defeats Calhoun Falls. Thanks to Cliff Palmieri for keeping us up to date with a variety of scores. My thanks to Christian for joining me here tonight on the broadcast. Certainly always like to extend thanks to Jim Bishop, Tracy Smith, Lou Gillum, Todd Kaiser, Kevin Pleasant, all of the gang back at the station. Our studio engineer for High School Football Thursday night has been Tom Green. For the broadcast team, I am Mr. Thursday Night this week. Hoping you have a great, safe weekend coming up with the hurricane coming in. Please keep your watch up. Let's watch for possible flooding and look out for one another. So have a great weekend. Have a great week ahead. And as always, we thank you for tuning in to High School Football Thursday night.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Juice, Mom. Juice.
Mommy, why are we going to the store? Mom,
I want juice.
Mom.
Juice.
Mom.
Your child will have different needs at different stages of life, and that includes the car seat. See, car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Stay informed with the best in election coverage all year. North Carolina Network News, ABC Radio News, and local coverage here on the most information for the foothills. WCAB Rutherfordton.